Hi, everybody, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision Presents Fandom Access for August 4th. I can't believe it's August already. God. Thank you. If you are here joining us, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision, check out all our other things on scifivision.com, as well as our videos on our YouTube channel. There will be some more videos going up within the next couple days. I just posted, finally, sorry about that, Karen's Foundation interview. So that's up, and we have Fightland and some different movies and things coming up. So make sure you check all that out. Tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern, we have our Librarians the Next Chapter live stream. And then, Mondays, of course, is Silo, and Thursday nights at midnight, we have our Silo watch party in our Discord. So if you're not a member of our Discord, please make sure you join so you can get updates and all that good stuff. I'll put the link in the chat. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if that's StreamYard when it doesn't like pick up the people right away. Hopefully people are coming quick. They're going to do House of the Dragon first while I take off to go take care of my puppy because she's not feeling well. But I will be back in a little bit where we talk about the Ark and Dead City. Had to think there a second. And then they'll do Star Trek New Worlds. What's it called?
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. I want to call it Brave New Worlds for some reason. Strange New Worlds will be last, but those three will be coming up after they talk about House of the Dragon. So I am going to take off for a little bit. I will be back and I will be hanging around. And if you need me, I will be checking the chat. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, okay. Neo.
Hi, Neo. Hi, everybody. I know Neo's a big House of the Dragon fan, so glad to see you here early as we go a little out of order. AJ, this is the penultimate episode, the second to last episode of the season. I forget the title of it offhand, but I can look it up. How'd you like this episode?
I felt better about this episode after last week, mainly because I really thought they killed Corlys. Like, they had a rope around his neck, and they like pretty much made it look like he was dead. So to see Corlys alive, I was very happy. To see Sunfire alive, I was very happy. So I feel a little better because I was starting to get worried that they were just like throwing everything out the window.
Yeah.
Lots of pieces moved into position this week. And of course we had Oedipus Aemon.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty, I rewatched last week's episode before I watched this episode, and I thought it really seemed like Corlys was kidnapped and not dead. I didn't really feel like he was dead. And even if it was dead, I guess, the TV rule, like no body, not dead.
Fair enough.
So maybe he would be killed in this episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It was pretty dragonorific there. We had a lot of dragons pretty early in the episode. And then we got like Sunfire later. We saw a lot of dragons. Which was great. They used to say on Game of Thrones, like the second to last episode of the season was always going to be a big battle usually happened. If it was going to happen, it was going to happen in the second to last episode. So we instead got like a big dragon battle.
Yeah, that was cool.
Battle, a 3-way dragon battle, right? That was cool. However, I do feel like this episode is just continuing the misery of Rhaenyra. As like she continues to have nothing but problems running King's Landing and trying to like win this war. Like, okay, she's got King's Landing, but everything's going bad inside King's Landing, everything's going bad outside King's Landing. And I'm Team Black. I would love to see her get a win just one little win before the season is over, right? I guess the cats eating the rats were like the only win she's gotten since she moved into this joint. And that really seems to her plot is a little bit stuck in place, except for the big reveal this week of who actually killed her son, right? Or caused her son to be killed.
Yeah.
So so we had a couple story threads going on. How would you like to I mean, we can take it where it begins, I guess, because
We can do it however you like.
well, it pretty much, I mean, the early part of the episode, and we can dispatch with this, I guess, is doesn't it open with Helena's dream? Or
Oh yeah, it opens with Helena's dream.
Yeah. I'm not sure I really like got a lot of this. Like, she sees herself with this gray horse. And then she sees like these little blonde children playing. She does see like snow, right? Which I think is pretty obvious. Winter is coming.
But was it snow or was it? I kind of took that in a different way a little bit. I was wondering, was that snow or was it ash?
It could have been ash, right? Like dragons burning things up, making ash, kind of ash, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Because we know winter doesn't come for another 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Winter's coming, but not for a long time. Yeah, it probably was ash because she also sees herself riding. There's no shot of it. HBO, gives us what they give us. She dreams of herself riding Dreamfire, right?
Yes.
And she's not, she's a rider, but she doesn't like to ride. She doesn't ride anymore, right? Like did she ever ride?
I can't recall her ever actually riding.
Like, she's not a dragon rider. I mean, she could be.
I mean, she is, but she's never.
Has she ever claimed a dragon? Has she claimed a dragon?
Well, yeah, Dreamfire.
So she claimed Dreamfire when she was younger, but she didn't ride.
She doesn't ride her around killing people.
I mean, I guess she's like her grandfather, like Viserys, came to believe that the dragons were not, like, people weren't meant to ride dragons. The power of the dragon was too great. He sort of gave it up, right? He had been a rider and he quit riding. And so she's kind of I guess Helena's got, I don't know. What do you think this dream means? I mean, maybe you know what it means because you've read the book. Or
I mean, it's a dream. But we know that her dreams are her visions. So, I mean, just taking from what we saw and the pieces, it looks like basically eventually she escapes from King's Landing on Dreamfire, has her twin, gives birth to twins, jumps on Dreamfire, burns everybody, and lives a happy little life on a farm until it starts snowing. Or ashing.
I guess so. I mean, the part she's sitting on Dreamfire and she's like Dracarys, right? That's High Valyrian for fire, burn everyone. That seems a little out of character for her.
I was gonna put up where'd it go? Kelly said she mentioned in the episode that she used to love to ride her dragon when she was younger.
Oh, she says that to Rhaenyra in this episode. Yeah, she's given it up. She kind of doesn't do it anymore. That we haven't seen it. I mean, they say that she doesn't. It just seems like not very. I mean, who knows? We don't see what she's asking Dreamfire to burn, right? We just see her say it, and we don't know what she's burning, who she's burning, what's going on.
There was a bunch of people in front of her. We don't know who those people were, though.
Yeah. And I don't know the extent to which her dreams should be taken literally. I think that Allison at some point says, look, not all our dreams come true. Some of them come true. Some of them come true, but not in the way you think, right? I think that's my understanding of Helena's dreams, that they're not necessarily right. I've dreamed about this horse. I'm going to literally walk outside and see this horse today.
Right. It's not always literal.
Yeah. So I don't really know what any of that means, I guess, for dream. And the bigger problem is that, she's pregnant and Alicent is still trying to get Rhaenyra to let them go. And she's like, what did she say? She's giving her the old, trust me, we'll run away and you'll never hear from us again. Said by every person in a jail cell in any show.
Pretty much.
I mean, she really just wants to like, and Rhaenyra's not having it. I don't even know why Allison is even asking her, right?
What's that?
I don't even know why Allison even bothers to ask her. Like, Rhaenyra's going to be like, oh, you're right. You can just go.
Can't hurt to ask.
I guess. Don't ask, don't get, right?
Right.
So I guess she has to. So then there's this bit where Rhaenyra comes to Helena, who like she wakes her up, right? She's like in her bed, and she's like, "Tell me about your tell me." She wants to like know exactly what Helena has seen, and I mean, she basically wants Helena to tell her what she wants to hear, right? She's like,
right, yeah. She doesn't care what she's seen. She just wants her to say that she saw her as this magnificent ruler, basically.
Yeah, like I
she's
saw.
Kind of, and she's being kind of an ass about it.
Rhaenyra?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is being kind of an ass about it, and I think she's. There's this picture. The picture that HBO gave us this week of Rhaenyra is terrible, but this is basically how she feels in this episode.
That's right. That's right before she gets busy with.
Yeah, that shot is from near the end. I mean, I always love to rely on this photo, which is also how she feels about it.
Her face has been a lot like that this season.
Right? Yeah, her face is like she's getting a lot of practice with that face. Except when she looks like this sometimes. I guess she wants Helena to tell her like it's all going to be worth it. Like everything seems really shitty right now, but don't worry, I've seen it in my dream. You're going to be like this. It's going to be everything you hoped for. I guess Rhaenyra thought she was just going to be like hanging out in this castle with all this money, like having a great time, and everything's going to be easy. So, all right. So, setting all that aside, let's go to the fun stuff. Like very early in the episode, we go to the Vale.
That was funny.
So what happens at the Vale? First, Lady Jane smacks the shit out of Rhaena. Rhaena, that's her name, right? I get these two sisters backwards all the time.
Yes, Rhaena.
And she is about had it, right?
Well, that was actually last week that she about had it with her.
Oh, yeah. Last week she's like, "Oh, it's always so interesting throwing people down my giant hole down there." Yeah.
The moon door. Yeah. No, this when we see her this week.
We see this week. Damon comes.
Damon like bursts in, and she's like, "Oh, hi." She's like, "In a hurry today," or whatever the heck she says, because he just kind of busts in and doesn't really even announce himself.
Yeah. So he comes there, and Lady Jane is like she's like, "Listen, you need to like get a grip on this girl or our whole secret deal is over." But I can't remember what the secret deal is that they had. What's the secret deal? Just that, she gave him a bunch of money a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. She gave a bunch of gold, and the deal was that she would keep hiding. Basically, she would keep hiding Rhaena, and gave the money, but Rhaena's not listening. Rhaena's like, "I need to fly. What's the point of having a dragon if I can't fly?" And then, but of course, Rhaena also gets the bright idea that she's going to find Vhagar.
Right. I mean, what Lady Jane is getting out of the deal is a dragon living in her lands that, in theory, if she ever needed protection, then Rhaena could use Sheepstealer. Except Sheepstealer never listens to her. Like, he's not tame. He barely tolerates her being around, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't listen to her. So I'm not really, this doesn't seem like a great deal for Lady Jane, but, she's not having it from Damon. And she's like, "Listen, you can just like take your daughter and her dragon out of here and I'll just tell Rhaenyra." I do kind of like Lady Jane a lot. She's not on that much, but she's not taking any shit from these Targaryens.
Well, she's a typical lady of the Vale.
Well, she is. Yeah, she's an Aaron. Actually, Lyanna, the what's her name, the lady of the veil, had been married to an Aaron, right? But whatever. Anyway, so I don't have a good picture of our bedraggled. Damon goes out there and talks to her. We get these. I don't know why that keeps happening. These shots of these dragons look so cool on your TV, and then when HBO gives me the still, they just look hokey, right? The still, it looks much cooler and realistic on my television when this dragon is moving and action is happening. But these, the stills, I apologize for it looking Photoshoppy, doesn't it?
Not as bad as last week.
Last week was really nice. I have that. I saved that picture because it was so bad. So what happens here? Damon flies Caraxes, right? Is his dragon? Yeah. And he comes out there to talk to Bela and be like,
well, it's funny because, I mean, Reyna's actually on the ground with Sheepstealer, and he swoops in, and Caraxes actually nips at Sheepstealer.
Yeah.
And then, he's like, what do you do? Basically, what the hell are you doing? I told you to stay hidden. Like, what do you're an idiot, And then
and so Reyna's like, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it living in this cave. I live in a cave. I'm filthy. I have no friends. Like, I miss the palace. Basically, she misses. She says she misses the palace. I mean, like, she misses people and her family and her loved ones, but she misses the lifestyle also, right? And I mean, I can't really blame her. She looks really shitty and sickly and burnt and like miserable. And she's like, I can't take it anymore. Please, please let me come home. Let me just beg Rhaenyra to forgive me. And
then Rhaenyra and Adam show up.
Yeah, right? Because Rhaenyra's like, Adam found Sheepstealer, I guess, and he told Rhaenyra.
Adam and Bela saw Sheepstealer, but by the time they got there, Sheepstealer was gone, but they saw that it had a rider, and Rhaenyra's like, what do you mean there's a rider? And then, of course,
because the head,
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And it's like, how does it have another rider? And, of course, then the White Worm there, she's like, oh, Daemon's betraying you. And
it's all really complicated and ends up with Adam and Rhaenyra coming out here to apprehend Sheepstealer's rider. Rhaenyra rides Syrax.
Yes.
And Adam rides Sea Smoke. I don't know which dragon that is on the right, who that is.
The one on the left is Syraxis. The one on the right is Sea Smoke.
Is Sea Smoke. So they show up and things so this actually looks pretty good. This shot of these two dragons looks really good. And the shots with the three dragons and like this dragon fight that breaks out is pretty good. And the whole scene is, I liked how kind of chaotic it was, right? And they're trying to talk, but these dragons are getting all kind of nippy.
There was one thing I had a little bit of trouble with in the scene that I didn't find believable. So Adam chases Rhaena down, drags her back, kicking and screaming, and Sheepstealer doesn't flay him like immediately. Like, she is constantly having to tell Sheepstealer to chill.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the other dragons that Sheepstealer was kind of hesitant, but it was kind of like, I was surprised that Rhaena wasn't yelling at Sheepstealer to not advance or something,
Yeah. I mean, when Adam drags her away, Sheepstealer makes no move to help her, rescue her.
Right.
I mean, I think partly it appears that Sheepstealer is not as devoted to her as like Caraxes would definitely move to defend Daemon, right?
Well, like when Daemon first got there, though, like Sheepstealer was ready to take Daemon out, and she had to
tell him to. I mean, he's a wild dragon, right? And so he doesn't try to protect Rhaena, and he doesn't listen to her. She actually says to to Damon, like, back up. He doesn't mind me. He won't mind me or something like that, she says, right? He just doesn't. Kelly says, Sheepstealer doesn't give a hoot about his rider. He doesn't, right? He's really like, it's like a feral cat that you find outside and try to feed it and make it your friend. And the feral cat is just not ever going to be comfortable in your house, and it might bite you at any moment. So Rhaenyra is like pissed. Her husband, I mean, Daemon is the worst, right? Like Daemon.
Well, I mean, Daemon's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
I mean, do you throw your daughter at the mercy of your wife, who is the queen, and might have her killed? You know, it's like, and I mean, and Daemon knows that he, you know, was a shitty father.
He is a shitty father to all of his children, but
you know,
yeah.
So I mean, he's in a tough spot. I empathize with him here. Usually Daemon's an ass, but I understood his motivation here at least.
Yeah, it's just kind of not a great plan because of
well,
this.
No. Well, we knew it wasn't going to end well.
No, but really, this plan probably could have succeeded if Rhaena had just like gone off and disappeared. Like if she hadn't had to like try to tame a wild. I mean, if she hadn't insisted on staying with Sheepstealer, right? Like
Right.
if after she accidentally, you know, gets Jace killed, like if she just would have like got on a boat for Pentos, or
well, the boat was gone. The boat was gone.
well, but on another boat to someplace else. If she'd gone into hiding and not gone, like she insists on hanging out with Sheepstealer and trying to tame Sheepstealer, right? And so it's her proximity to the humongous wild dragon that gets her caught.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's her own fault that she got caught because she was out trying to find Vhagar, thinking that if she took out Vhagar and Aemon, that she would be forgiven.
Right. And it's the same stupid mistake. Like she thought like she was going to go help her sister on this crazy wild dragon, right? And causes all this problem. And now like her solution she is also to once again try to ride this crazy wild dragon and try to, right? I mean, Sheepstealer's enormous, but I don't know do you think Vhagar could kill Sheepstealer? I don't know, but Vhagar could certainly kill Baela trying to ride Sheepstealer, right?
I think the fact that Rhaena has trouble controlling Sheepstealer would definitely give Aemon and Vhagar the advantage.
Yes. Yeah, they're very disciplined and deadly, right? And she's just like, she reminds me of like Hermione Granger trying to hold on to the back of that dragon escaping from Gringotts, where she's like basically about to fall off at every moment. So I think all these humans like yelling at each other is not helping to keep these dragons in line, right? And it just becomes like it goes into this dragon fight, which I think is pretty cool, right?
It was pretty awesome, yes.
It was pretty great. And they managed to like Cyrax, like it was cool that you could see the discipline. Like Sheepstealer attacks Cyrax, but Cyrax like it totally takes the command to like, you know, take Rhaenyra to safety. Like some of these dragons are like I don't know if I want to say this dragon is disciplined, but you know the dragon doesn't just like lose its mind and stay for the fight. That like Adam, you know, takes.
Yeah.
Rhaena.
Well, I mean, you got to remember they've been, you know, Rhaenyra and Daemon have had their dragons since they were children.
Right. And they've been
so
there's a bond.
Huge bond there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I love the 3-way fight because Sheepstealer is so big and strong that it was kind of a fair fight against these two smaller dragons, right? But and then it's down to just Caraxes. And I don't have more pictures of this great fight. This is really, there was a few pictures. We have some, I think this is an old picture. This is Sheepstealer from like 2 weeks ago, I think. This one is, that's Caraxes. That's Vagar with Aemon on top. So yeah, I love the dragon fight. I thought this was a highlight of the season, really. This cool dragon fight.
Oh yeah, that was definitely probably the best thing of the whole season.
Yeah, it was pretty great. And so they take off. Now Daemon and Caraxes are going to finish off Sheepstealer, but they don't. They Sheepstealer ends up being allowed to crawl away at the end, right?
Yeah. Which I found a little surprising.
I did too, right?
I mean, the fact that Sheepstealer had to crawl away tells me it can't even take flight at this point. So maybe the wounds were bad enough that she'll just go off and die, or he'll go off and die somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like there's a reason they didn't finish off Sheepstealer.
Well, Daemon was thrown off the saddle, so maybe Daemon wasn't able to give him the command.
Yeah, but Caraxes still could have continued the battle with Daemon.
I know. Like, is it possible that Caraxes was like, "Oh, let me show mercy on this dragon"? Like, that doesn't seem like a thought process that a dragon has. Right?
No, I don't. I wonder if that's the last we've seen of Sheepstealer.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's just like humans. If you don't see a dead body, you're not dead. I mean, we even saw a dragon that was supposedly dead that came back to life in this week's episode, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see Sheepstealer again. Because what really is the point of Rhaena's story without Sheepstealer, right? I mean, they bring her back to the castle, and she's like crying pathetically how sad she is, and please forgive me. And her sister is kind of nice to her, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, even Rhaenyra's got to know that Rhaena wasn't doing it. You know, it wasn't malice. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, put her in a room. You know, it's not even like she's like throw her in the dungeon or something. She's like, get her a room. I just don't want to see her right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Yeah, she's like, put her in that room, clean her up, give her a place to stay. I can't look at her. I don't want to, I mean,
So it's not, even Rhaenyra, it's going to take her a minute, but she's got to realize that Rhaena, and I not for nothing, I know the way the scene played out with Jace's death, but he was going to get himself killed anyway.
He was.
Steve Stiller just kind of maybe sped up the process.
I mean, Jace ran off without permission to go enter this battle, and he's young and untested and not,
and cocky as hell.
Yeah, he was gonna. You're right. He was probably gonna get himself killed anyway. Maybe not that day, but yeah.
That's not for nothing. That's not even the first time he got harpooned that day.
No, it's not.
It was the second time.
It was the second time he got harpooned. Yeah.
The only reason he survived the first time was because Moondancer used its wing to cut the rope.
Yeah. He probably. That's not a good argument to use on Rhaenyra right now. One thing that's interesting about this is that she has this big fight with Daemon. I don't really have a good picture of them, but she has this argument with Daemon, and she's like, you brought me this head. Like, I have this skull I sleep with my skull every night. You brought me a head and said it was the guy, and you lied to me. And she's pissed, and I can see he didn't just say I couldn't find the guy. He produces this head so that Rhaenyra will stop looking, right?
Right.
And she's kind of shocked that Damon's like, well, I didn't know what you would do. And Rhaenyra's like, what, you really think I would kill my stepdaughter?
Well, there's a theme here. She says to Daemon, what is it you truly think of me? Mm-hmm. And that's not the first time she's uttered words like that in this season. Pretty much every encounter she has with Alicent. She's like, what do you, she's like, I'm showing you mercy. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing that for you. And you continue to try and go around me. And Alicent's like, I did it for my daughter. And she's like, what, you thought I was going to kill Helena? Well, she's pregnant. Okay. And, Rhaenyra's like, why do all these people think that I'm going to do the worst possible thing that you could be done, which I think is ironic because while precedent has been shown in history, they're not giving Rhaenyra a chance to be her own queen. They're assuming, okay, this is what all the men did before, so this is what she's going to do. You know, and I get it to a point, but it's just because, I mean, she's been thrown into this situation with all this turmoil around. You know, had she taken the throne immediately from her father and been ruling this whole time, things may be very different in the way people perceive her.
Yeah.
But people are immediately thinking the worst. And you know, you can see that she's kind of like, well, and I almost feel like because people keep seeing the worst in her, that eventually she's going to be, well, this is what you expect of me anyway.
But these are the people who know her best. And do they see that in her because it's there and she just can't see it in herself? Not that she's like be a totally murderous, vengeful, crazy person, but you know, Alicent said to her like a couple episodes ago, you know, Rhaenyra's like, how did you do it? How did you be queen? And Alicent says, listen, you're going to do things you never thought you could do. And Rhaenyra kind of didn't believe it then. But, you know, I think that's one reason why Alicent sees this in Rhaenyra and sees the possibility that Rhaenyra would kill Helaena and her unborn child and all of Alicent's other children.
Well, the other ones deserve it.
Well, no, Darren doesn't, right?
Well, no, Darren doesn't yet.
He doesn't, but Alicent really thinks that, you know, she's like, Rhaenyra, you're going to have to kill them. You're going to have to, because like these people are not going to accept a female leader if there are male alternatives hanging around every corner. There's like multiple male alternatives out there, right? So like I get that from Alicent, and that part where Alicent said, listen, Rhaenyra, you're going to do things you never thought were possible. Like I think like this was your best friend for your entire life, and she sees that in you. Like you maybe should look at yourself and think, you know, like maybe not just reflexively, like, why do people think I'll do these things that a man would do or that were done in the past? But like her husband really thinks she's capable of killing his daughter. Not just because she's like, he knows Rhaenyra since she's a child when he started grooming her, right?
She couldn't even kill Otto Hightower. Or
No,
she did, but she didn't want to.
And yet they think it's in her, right? And she says, like, riding dragon. When Helaena says, like, she doesn't want to ride a dragon, it changes people. And Rhaenyra's like, no, dragons haven't changed me. But I don't know. I wonder if this story is going to a point where Rhaenyra's going to do things she never thought she would do.
I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but I just see it as people are assuming because of history.
Yeah.
They're assuming because they're assuming the position, not the person.
No, people in the world, I don't think Alicent is assuming it just because of history. Like, Alicent sees the dilemma. There are male heirs. A woman, Rhaenyra, they'll never let you rule while there are men around. You know, she's not just afraid that Rhaenyra would do it because that's what someone does. She can see how Rhaenyra might really have to do it in order to solidify her rule. Right? Like, she sees the reasoning there. And, like, Daemon, like, this is about, for Daemon, it's about, like, does Rhaenyra have the rage that would cause her to kill his stepdaughter, right? Like, that's not about her, like having revenge on Rhaena is not about securing her rule. It's not about what other people did in the past. It's, like, the rage and the sorrow that's inside Rhaenyra right now, right?
Yes, but at the same time, Rhaenyra says, she's like, what do you think of me? You know? That you hid her because, you know, she's like, I understand the situation and I'm angry, but you immediately think I'm going to kill her. I mean, not the words that she says, but that's what it's conveying.
So there's this big gap between how Rhaenyra sees herself and how she thinks other people see her. And the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, right?
Fair enough.
And I guess maybe we're going to see who's right, if anyone is in any of this. Okay, so you want to move on to let's move on to what's her name? The White Worm?
Sure.
Her real name is Massaria.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see her name before.
I know. I don't have a picture of this, but there's a scene where, you know, Rhaenyra is like I can't deal with these people coming and asking me for stuff all the time. Like every day she's supposed to let the people in and they're all like, we have no money. We have no job. There's no food, blah, blah, blah. There's no money. And you can only try to throw your master of coin under the bus so many times, right?
It's working though.
It is working. I loved his little hissy fit that he threw here in the episode. But so Massaria says, you know what? I'll just have the people. I'll just stand here by the Iron Throne and people can come and tell me what they want. And then I'll like whisper in the. She's got this whole thing. And Sylvie calls her on it. Sylvie calls bullshit. Yeah. What do you think of that? Do you think. I don't know. Like sometimes Massaria seems to really have this good heart that wants to help the poor people. Is she just a climber? Is she?
I think it's twofold. I think Sylvie hit the nail right on the head. You know, I do think that there's a part of her that thinks about the common folk, but Sylvie's like, you say all this as you stand there in your silk gown. You know, like I think, you know, part of it is you know, and who wouldn't be infected by it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like her power, like, you know, she says like your power is like being like queen adjacent is the only power that you have, right?
Yeah.
And like you used to be like, you know, like a lowly, was she a prostitute? Whatever her job was, right?
I mean, she's basically, I mean, she's damn it, she's a master of whispers.
Yeah, and she,
you know?
Like. She has,
and that was her role before she became part of the court, you know.
But didn't Damon meet her in a brothel?
Yeah, she was like you know, she basically got people whatever they wanted. She was, you know, she's jack of all trades.
Yeah. So to wrap her up, let me where's Rhaenyra's nice little nightgown picture. I mean.
Yeah, by the end of the episode.
I mean, Rhaenyra first is kind of mad at her, right? Like she's like, you, like.
Yeah, Rhaenyra calls her out on her shit too. She's like, you're constantly trying to pit me against Daemon. She's like, for your own benefit, you know. She's like, you know, Rhaenyra's basically like, I see what you're doing, you know.
Yeah,
but that doesn't stop. But that doesn't stop her from getting busy at the end of the episode.
I mean, she's always saying, like, Daemon doesn't listen to you. Daemon's uncontrollable. I mean, it's not necessarily untrue. And Massaria, you know, has reasons to dislike, her own reasons to dislike Daemon, right?
Right. And Kelly says the same thing. Ultimately, she thinks Massaria is out for herself.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she lies to Rhaenyra's face when Rhaenyra says, did you know Helene is pregnant? And Massaria's like, no. She must be disappointed because, as I recall, she was saving that little tidbit to use on Rhaenyra when the time was right.
It was a tidbit to use if the opportune time arose.
Yes, and it never did. Rhaenyra found out.
This didn't play out for her.
Yeah. But Massaria knows how to work her, and she's like, oh, you haven't changed. You deserve to be the queen. It's going to be great. And then they make out. But not for the first time. They had a relationship previously, right?
Yeah, no, this has been an ongoing thing with these two.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to some of the fun stuff. Would you like to go to the Greens, or would you like to go on the road with the fugitives next?
Let's go to let's go Aemond and his Oedipus problem.
So I put this photo here. In the last 3 episodes, Aemond is like never wearing a shirt. He never has a shirt on anymore. And almost every scene that he's in this episode begins with his shirt off, and then like a couple times he put, like when his mother shows up, he's like, oh, and he puts on a shirt. But he has like no shirt on through all the time now. They're showing off, and like his wound is not that bad. This is more of a, I mean, I guess they just want to show him this is more of a, like on Little House, Pa kept getting injured all the time, so Michael Landon could like take off his shirt and show off his chest. And so Eamon is the Michael Landon of this show. But he seems to be healing fairly well. But he's totally in thrall to Alice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Alice is manipulating the shit out of him.
Yeah. She put the whammy on him, I think, right?
Yeah. But how the first time we see Eamon in this episode is mommy shows up, or at least we think it's his mommy.
Oh yes, he had that. So I'm gonna put this picture, which is
as soon as she kissed him on the lips, I was like, oh, that is so Alice. I was like, I don't know if she put the whammy on him or Eamon's just in his own fucking head and thinking about his mother as he's making out with his girlfriend or what.
Oh my God, yes. He's having this like terrible, like at first I was like, he's having a sex dream about his mother, but then it seems to be a little bit more a little more going on there, a little more Alice like glamoring him or whatever, right? So this dream goes pretty far. They're like actually having sex, right? And then like all of a sudden it's Alice. He like comes to and it's Alice. And Alice's plan, like when they're having sex, she says, in this moment, I will give you a son, name him. And then he looks up and it's not his mother, it's Alice, right?
Yeah.
Like Alice's plan is now like fully clear to us that she wants to rule. Well, she wants Harrenhal. She wants to rule. But now what she really wants is like Aemon to put a Targaryen prince in her, right? She already has the 5 dragon eggs. And if she can have like a Targaryen baby, she would have someone that
she'd have a claim to the throne.
Well, the kid would have a claim to the throne, and Alice would have a dragon rider that would listen to her, that she could control, or that would be loyal to her, right? Like, even if Aemon moves on and gets killed, she would be like the regent to a person with a claim.
Yes.
I don't even know if she really wants the throne.
She just wants Harrenhal.
She wants Harrenhal, and she wants a dragon.
Yeah.
I think, right? She wants Harrenhal.
So basically, she gets to keep, she has his child. She gets to have a dragon rider and keep Harrenhal.
Yeah, I don't think she really wants Aemon except just to use him to advance her wishes.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
I don't think she's in love with him. I don't think. I guess if he stuck around by her side for a while, like if he became the king, she'd be his wife or his baby mama or whatever, right? And that would be good for her, but she's not like in love with him. I don't think.
I wouldn't say so.
So AJ, a lot of this is not in the book, right?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I thought I don't know. I haven't read the book. I thought like some of this was like.
It's a little different. It's a little different, but it's in the book.
I thought I read that her character is not as maybe well defined in the book as this.
She's not as well defined in the book, but this is in the book.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a little bit different. She's more fleshed out, which I actually appreciate.
Yeah.
She's more fleshed out.
Okay. So Allison does really show up there.
Yeah, 2 seconds later, so he fucking Aemon's like, wait.
He's like, wait, what? Wait.
Aemon didn't know what to do.
I'm not sure how Allison was sent there. Well, she's not supposed to kill Aemon. This guy who's like her escort / bodyguard is actually supposed to kill Aemon, right?
Right.
This is a really horrible thing that Rhaenyra has asked her to do. But Rhaenyra is basically like, oh, okay, I won't kill Helena if you go and I won't kill your daughter if you go and kill your son.
You know what, though? It's in everybody's best interest.
It is.
Like, even though he's infatuated with his mother, I don't think Alicent is any safer than anybody else from Aemon.
No, I think Alicent knows that he's horrible and twisted and possibly psychotic, right? I mean, she knows. I mean, she has previously said, like, my sons are horrible, except for the one I sent away. She's like, the best thing I ever did as a mother was to send Darren away.
Yeah.
Like, she knows Aemond is horrible, but he's still her son. And so, like, this, going back to this idea that, like Rhaenyra, Alicent, how could you believe I would kill your children? Just because people did it in the past doesn't mean I'll do it. Stop thinking the worst of me. And then she immediately is like, okay, you need to go and assassinate your son. Like, right? Like, of course. Like,
but it's already known that she wants Aemond dead.
Okay, but to make his mother go do it? Come on, that's a pretty...
Nobody said she had to do it.
Okay, she has to be... Come on, AJ. She has to be the instrument of getting his trust so the assassin can get in the door. It's a really cruel thing that Rhaenyra is asking her to do. And I don't think that our previous conversation of being like, Alicent shouldn't think that of her. Just because people did it in the past doesn't mean she'll do it. She's doing it. And she's making Alicent participate in it, which is horrifying. Right? I mean, it's really... Rhaenyra's like, why do people think I'm bad? Oh, can you please help me assassinate your son? Not only going to kill your son, but I'm going to make you help me by saying I'll either kill your daughter or you help me kill your son. Like, it's a pretty shitty thing to do. Anyway, Alicent's going to do it. Like, when Aemon, who is no dummy, kills that guy, like, Aemon knows what's up, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, Aemon killed that guy because he knew that guy was probably an assassin, or he couldn't take the chance, right?
Well, no, he says he doesn't trust anybody he doesn't know.
As he should not trust anybody he doesn't know. And Alicent's story is kind of fishy, right? Like, oh, yeah. I was able to sneak out and just blend into the crowd and get away in my beautiful royal outfit.
I thought that too. I was like, that outfit's a little too nice to be sneaking away in the crowd, but okay.
Right? And Alice is like, wait, aren't there all these like bandits? Isn't the road all like blocked? Oh yes, we went in the woods. Wait, isn't the woods full of bandits? Like, Alice knows what's up.
Yeah. So, long story short, she ends up poisoning Aemond, and I love when he stumbles into Alice and he collapses on the floor, and she goes, "Idiot."
Yeah. I assume she's going to save him. I assume she has the ability to.
Well, she doesn't even see that. Like, she doesn't even see. She's clearly going to save him because she's not even that worried about it. She's just like, idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, if she was worried about him dying, she'd be like, "Oh my God, what happened?"
Yeah. You're right. She doesn't seem too worried that it's like any kind of a real emergency. And I mean, he can't die this way. That's just like too boring for the story. So I assume he's going to be like healed by next week or whatever. So all right. So that leaves us with the events at Tumbleton, where Lord Ormond is hanging around being overconfident jackass and basically terrifying poor Daron at every turn. I am starting to get the idea that Ormond is pretty abusive to Daron. Like, he's afraid of him. I'm not sure. I kind of was like, wait, is Ormond like molesting him? Is he like sexually assaulting this kid, or just physically assaulting him? Or like, Darren's clearly really afraid of him.
Well, he's afraid of him because he's a friggin' nutbag.
Yeah, but
I mean, like, you've seen him flip out. I think it'd be pretty stupid of Ormond to put his hands on the person he's proclaiming as the king.
Yeah, but Darren has no like illusions that he's ever going to actually be king, and he's like, look, if I die, he'll just find some other way to make a claim on the throne. Like, he's not really.
Well,
yeah. I don't know. I was just getting an idea of like, I mean, he's afraid of him because he's seen them kill all these people and be a horrible person, right? But I don't know. I was getting the feeling like, is there more going on? But you've read the books, and so if you say I'm off base, then I believe I'm off, or it's just not on the screen. Maybe I'm seeing something on the screen that other people like aren't seeing, I guess. But this kid, I feel sorry for this poor kid. Oh, good, Karen, it's not your fault they suck. Darren seems like a good person. But Gwaine is still my dark tower. Yeah, poor Gwaine. And Gwaine has his moment. Freddie Fox plays Gwaine. And he has this moment in this week's episode where he catches on to the assassins, right?
That was last week.
That was last week?
Yeah.
All right. So he had his moment last week. Sorry.
He has a moment this week too when he returns and says there's an army on their way here. There may be a day out, and Orman kind of like brushes it aside, and then him and Damon have a really good conversation later where they're like, we got to do something about this. Like, Ormond is going to get us all killed. and poor Damon's like, he's like, I'm supposed to be king, and and I can't even do anything. Like, and then Gwaine suggests he run away, and he goes, yeah, that would be a great look. They want me to be king, and I left all my people behind.
Yeah. And this army, he's like, it's like 10 or 20,000 guys, right? Are in this army that are coming. And like Orman does not give one hoot. He's not at all concerned about it. It's very
he thinks he's got the golden ticket having Corliss.
Yeah. And he thinks that we learn that he has Corliss when Adam gets his finger in the mail, basically, right?
Well, that's when they learn it. We already knew it.
Well, that's when they learn it. They get his finger in the mail with the ring on it, and so they know he's got him. But he has a different. That's not really his secret weapon. Like, I guess they're like, oh, as long as we have Corliss, Rhaenyra's not going to send a dragon here to burn him up because he's her hand, right? She's not going to burn up her hand. But he actually has a different secret weapon. Who is? It's not
a secret. Not a secret weapon yet.
Well, it's not a secret weapon, but he's got another plan brewing.
Yeah, he's got another plan brewing, and that plan comes to fruition rather quickly. Fucking Ulf.
I know. Ulf is the worst, right? Although I do. Go ahead.
I was just say Ulf has switched sides, all because Ormond promised him a castle.
Yeah, and Ormond's like, "Oh, that castle that Rhaenyra's going to give you, that's a shack. I'm going to give you."
No, she wasn't giving him a castle. He suggested a castle, and Ormond is like, "Oh, you really want that little shack?" He's like, "I was thinking, Driftwood is going to be vacant soon."
She was going to give him Honeyholt, which apparently is just like a little town or something, right? It's not.
He wanted Honeyholt.
Oh, he wanted Honeyholt.
Rhaenyra wasn't giving him shit. Remember, she's like, "It's just an honor to be a knight."
I think that he wanted it and she promised it to him. But whatever. Ormond's like, no. How about Driftmark? Driftmark's available, right? I think that I like how this Ulf story is going. Not because I like Ulf, but I think I like the way. I think they did a good job of building it up that I can believe this could happen. Like, they have been showing Ulf for a long time being like, I just want a beer. I just want to hang out. What good is it to have a dragon if I can't tell anyone? What good is it to have a dragon if I can't hang out in the bar? If I can't have a cat, right? Like, I'm poor. I never get paid. Like, they made it believable that this would happen. That this happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
This was earned.
Well, Ulf's been a pompous ass since the beginning, so it's not surprising at all. I mean, Ulf's about Ulf, period.
Yeah. And it also, I think, is showing Rhaenyra in her desperation, wanted to find some dragon seed. And there were people who told her, don't do this. You can't just round up random, I mean, it was kind of snobbery because people were like, oh, they're bastards. They're not highborn. They're this, they're that. And Rhaenyra's like, whatever, I need dragon riders. But they're showing the consequences of basically accepting people off the street because they knew how to drive a dragon, right? Because the dragon would tolerate them. It's disappointing that Ulf can't see. Is such a poor judge of character that he's going to go along with Lord Ormond, right? But to me, this was the big surprise of the episode.
I wasn't surprised.
Well, yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Like when I said they did a good job of showing that it was coming.
They made it. Yeah, you're right. They made it very believable because Ulf is out for Ulf.
Yeah. Kelly says, I thought for sure that Ulf would be a double agent, but guess he's going to just switch sides. Yeah, he's not a double agent. He's just like a traitor, right? I don't know what the plan is. If the plan is for him to like return to Rhaenyra and like be giving info, he doesn't really have any information to share. Like his only value is the value that now Ormond will have a dragon too.
Yeah,
like the Greens have another dragon now, right?
There's another dragon on their side, and not instead of possibly lighting up their place, he's now going to light up other places.
Yeah. Not all of them have honor. At least Adam does. Yeah. All right. So I think that next week.
Well, one more thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the road trip. Let's quickly talk about our guys on the road trip. We have the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion.
That's perfect.
On the road.
Yeah, that's perfect because Lannister's the Tin Man. Scarecrow is Aegon, and the Cowardly Lion is definitely Larys.
Who at the end, when they run into this whole army, and Aegon's like, "Yeah, you guys just go," and Larys is like, "Fine, I'm going," and he takes off at the like. If you don't,
he's like, unless my king demands me to stay, and he's like, no, just get out of here. Like, they will sing, and I love how he's like, they will write books about this, they will sing stories about this moment, and Lannister's like, dude, just go, like whatever. Yeah. He just keeps giving them the side eye.
Yeah, and the Lannister's the one they really want, right? Like,
they don't even know about Aegon. They're looking for Lannister.
Yeah, they think Tyland Lannister is his name, right? He was the master. They think he stole all the money out of.
He did.
He stole the money, and that's really why they're after him. And like, Aegon, who's been pretty resigned to like, let's just go to Pentos. Let's just get out of here. We're not going back to Rook's Rest. And then I don't know what happens, but he gets a big old spine transplant and decides like, I'm going to make my stand here, and if they kill me, they kill me. Fine, right?
Well, and I kind of admire that a little bit. He's like, I'm not going to die in some unmarked grave, and people think I'm just some beggar or something. He's like, it's going to be known that I am a king. So I get, I got to give him credit for that at least.
Yeah. I guess that part where everybody thinks you're a terrible person finally is making some change in him. And so he stands up and he's like, I'm Aegon, I'm the king, come and get me. And wait, that's not the right picture. Everyone starts backing up away from him. And it was hilarious because I think he's like, wow, this is a really good speech. Everyone's like bowing down to me. They're afraid of me. I am the king.
How did he not hear?
That's what I want to know. Like a dragon crept up behind him, and he how could you not know that a huge dragon just crept up behind you?
Hold on. Kelly said, didn't Aegon and Larys take the gold? No, they didn't take the gold. The gold was already gone because the gold was still there when Aegon took off because Aemon was still running the show. It was the Lannisters that took the gold.
Larys has just like enough gold for them to get by on the road, but they didn't steal all the gold in the treasury. The Lannisters took to Casterly, supposedly to Casterly Rock, right? So Sunfire is looking a little rough, no rougher than her master.
Yeah, they're the perfect pair.
Yeah, and so really the reason everyone's bowing down is because there's a dragon there, that's it. That's it for this week.
Yep.
So you know it's coming. I'm not going to. Yeah. And also Debbie says, "How do you not feel his dragon? Like they're supposed to have this incredible bond."
Yeah,
right?
I mean, clearly that's how Sunfire found him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah. So I think next week we'll get the Battle of Tumbleton. I think that finally we'll get a battle, another battle, and I think Tumbleton it's going to come. Now there's a dragon there, so now Rhaenyra really is going to have to send a dragon, right? Now she's got to send a dragon to protect her army.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, she thinks she already has a dragon there.
yeah, she thinks she does. She just lost one, so yeah.
I don't know if Jamie's still listening. So
is there another scene after this? The betrayal, the scene with Ulf. Yeah, we just talked about the betrayal scene with Ulf, Jen, just before you got here. We took it a little bit out of order. And so
yeah, we had to change our plan for how we talked about things tonight because Jamie had to take care of the puppy.
Yeah, and so we didn't screen cap this in order. So AJ and I had a little bit of a meandering conversation, and you just missed us talking about the betrayal. Which, well, Jen, I didn't see it coming. AJ did because he's read the book. I thought, Jen, I'll tell you, I commented that I thought this was really earned. They've done a good job of laying the breadcrumbs through the last few episodes of how dissatisfied Ulf is, so that when he turns, it's believable. Okay, so with that, I think Jamie should be lurking around somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Okay,
right.
She's here.
So let me, Jamie.
I'm here. All good.
All right. You guys can on Game of on the zombies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to do Dead City first? Do you want to do Arc first? I'm fine with either.
Do Dead City first.
I think we can do it fast. We're committed to
hold on, I gotta swap
this season.
I didn't know it had different size pictures. Damn it.
Well, it's okay, Jamie.
Yeah, but it's
it's nice to have a perfectionist among us.
Well, I would have made a separate.
It's all right.
Oh well.
While you do that, can you talk and do that at the same time? How did you? We talked by text a little bit. Overall thoughts, overall impression of this episode?
I think I liked it more than you did. I thought pieces of it were funny, although, like I said last week, this show isn't usually funny. I feel like, I don't know, the tone shifted a bit, at least to me this season, and I don't know if that's intentional or I'm just finding it funny, but I thought a lot of the stuff with Negan was funny, although ridiculous. I'm not saying it wasn't dumb, but it's still like I enjoyed it and it made me laugh. The ending, however, really, really pissed me off. And we'll talk about that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
I didn't. And it sounded like maybe you felt like disliked the ending for a different reason than I did. So I don't know. But there were parts of it I liked. And I thought it was decent. I mean, last year I didn't really like this show a lot. But this season I like it more. And yes, Jen, exactly. Negan and Dillard are great. I think they're funny. And I don't want to go into it because I know we don't talk spoilers on this anyway, but if you did watch the trailer, I have a feeling that or at least it made me feel like I may not going forward feel quite like I did. I think these ones were maybe more, I don't know. These two episodes were a little happier than the show usually is, I guess. I said that last week, like it felt more hopeful, and I like that. But you know when that happens, like the shit's gonna hit the fan, right? So
yeah. I mean, I thought this episode was. I mean, there are a lot of problems with the story in these first two episodes. Why do we even have the Dama is brought back for literally like just a couple of scenes, and then ultimately is killed. I really don't understand why we couldn't have just eliminated the Crow and the Dama at the end of last season and not have to deal with them, and then they're brought back only to be killed now. Like they're not really any part of the story. They're both eliminated. The Crow last week, the Dama this week. So I think it's kind of dumb that we have to put up with that, and it's not like what was the point of that? But on the positive side, finally the Dama is dead, and now I don't have to have her lurking around. For the whole season.
No,
right?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I don't know if they just wanted like the actors in or whatever, because obviously I don't know about the Dama because I don't recognize that actress from anything else. I think you had said you knew her from something before, or somebody said that. But like obviously the guy who plays the Croats and a lot of things. So I don't know, maybe they wanted him to be in it. I kind of felt the same way about Armstrong. Like they brought him in and then he's leaving. I don't know if that means he's coming back later or not, but like I kind of feel the same thing. Like if you're gonna have him be gone, why not just have him not show up yet? Like why waste the time for that? So I do agree that the first 2 episodes devoted to that maybe you didn't need. I mean, they were loose ends, I guess, but I would have been okay with the Croat just having got away, you know, the way they ended it. And the Dama, I really just didn't care at all. So I was kind of over her. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't know that it was necessary, but at least they wrapped up quick and now we can move on to something else. It does seem like it's, to me, more enjoyable this season. And hopefully that is, you know, indication because they've gotten rid of these characters that had a lot of problems. I mean, we said last week, Herschel has had another personality transplant, but as long as it stays this way, I'm okay with that because it got rid of the problem they had. So, yeah. So I'm not minding him still this episode. But I thought the stuff with Negan, like him playing, and I don't remember. I know people commented which video game it was he's playing. I don't even know, but some fighting game, Metal Gear or something. I forget. But that like I enjoyed this stuff. I thought it was kind of funny and like I get it. Negan's kind of like got no purpose. He's depressed. He's just sitting there playing games. Gears of War. Okay, sorry. Thanks, Jen. But I enjoyed a lot of the stuff with him and Dillard as much as Dillard is over the top, but I like the actor and I like the funny scenes between them. I like the kind of the camaraderie, I guess, between the 2 characters. I do, though, kind of question that Negan. I feel like Negan from last season would never have stayed there and put up with this guy, right? Because this guy's insane, and he just stays there and like hangs out with him, which is maybe a little problematic. But regardless, I did enjoy this scene.
See, I don't think it's funny. I think it's so dumb. I think Dillard is too stupid to live. Like, how can this guy possibly have lived like 15, 18 years of the apocalypse when he's this fucking stupid? Like, I just don't. And every time he's on the screen, I want to like punch my TV for this stupid character that that Jimmy, what's his name? I want to call him Jimmy Smits.
No, it's not Jimmy Smits, but now that you said that, I'm like,
his name went immediately out of my head, and I just texted the other day.
Jimmy, I think it's Jimmy Simpson.
Jimmy Simpson. Like, I'm like, Jimmy Simpson, you're better than this. Like, why are you on this? Do you need money? Are you best friends with someone? Like, and agreed to do it? Like, I just think this character is so stupid that there's no way he can. I think his ecosystem is ridiculous. There's nobody in a New York City apartment is growing frogs and coyotes and chickens and all this shit in like Lower Manhattan indoors. I just like, yeah, Jen, like there's a part of it where like, wow, that was really smart. And there's a part to me like, it's just not, it just like, I just can't, I have a limit. I can believe zombies are walking around. I can't believe someone's growing coyotes in an apartment in Lower Manhattan. Or I
don't know if he's growing coyotes, but he said like
coyotes. He said the turkeys eat the frogs and the coyotes eat the turkeys and like
right. I assume he found coyotes, but yeah. I do agree that ecosystem is way over the top silly. I agree with that. But I don't know. Like I said, I almost feel like this season, like it feels like a different tone. Like it feels more like a dark comedy to me.
I agree.
Which I was okay with because, like I said, I enjoyed it. Like, yes, it's stupid. I'm not saying it's not, but I just was laughing, so I was like, it didn't bother me. Like it did you. I more was bothered by the fact, and I told you this last week, I more was bothered by the fact, how the fuck do you pull out a zombie's teeth and not get bit? That's the problem that I was stuck on.
And I think that, later when he's shown to really be lackadaisical about zombies, I think nobody has lived 16 years by letting your guard down and being lackadaisical. Like I complain that the zombies are not that much of a threat, but truly these people have learned the people who are alive, like Maggie and Negan, are the best of the best, and
Right.
never let their guard down, and are always careful. And like how could someone so sloppy and stupid still be alive? Like this character, I want him to die.
Well, I assume he's been in those apartments for the 16 years or whatever. I don't think he's supposed to. I mean, yes, to some extent he probably had to venture out, but like I don't think that he's been like living on the street. You know what I mean? I think he's been living in this apartment complex.
I mean, he's gone outside. You can't. He didn't. The frogs didn't come in there and volunteer.
No, yeah, I said he has to have been outside, but it's not like he's been living among like the the bad groups that we.
Well, we don't know. Now you're making an assumption. You don't know that.
Well, I was assuming from what he said, and maybe I am assuming, but I thought from what he said, he was saying like he's been there since he was an undercover cop. Like he's been there the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah. Jen, I know there are coyotes in New York City. They actually do very well in urban environments, I think, coyotes. But what I just think is believable that he's farming them in an apartment building. Like I couldn't believe he's trapping coyotes in Central Park or in the streets or wherever they live in the city, not just in the park. But like the part that's not believable to me is where he's doing all this in like a couple of bedrooms or a couple of apartments in the building. Like that he's breeding coyotes, like, and chickens and frogs indoors or whatever. I just found the whole thing. I don't know. I guess if you had, whatever, like, there are problems with trying to do it outside. Also, zombies would come and eat all your food, but
yeah.
I just
I totally get you. And like I said, I don't find it believable either. It didn't bother me. Like I found it funny regardless. And so I wasn't really focused on, okay, this is dumb. I mean, I think the fact that they're making electricity from dead bodies is super ridiculous, but like it works. So I don't really think too much about it.
I think that Negan doesn't necessarily like this guy. Negan likes all the booze and the 20-year-old cigarettes that he's got stockpiled in the bar, right? I don't know that Negan necessarily.
That's what I don't think he would have put up with them last season. Like the fact that he stays with them.
Well, I just took this to be like, I feel like Negan is depressed, and he never gets out of his recliner, and he just put like if Jamie, you sat in your house and never went outside and played video games all day, every day, and just drank beer and didn't do anything, like I'd be like, oh, I'm a little worried about Jamie, right? And so in that sense, I'm a little worried about Negan in these opening scenes where he is, to me, seems really depressed, and I think really just likes being in a bar and being able to drink all day.
For sure. And I think he's lost his purpose. I said that before.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Kelly says I can overlook it since we're talking zombies. Well, yes, it's not a super realistic show. Kelly had also said she thinks Dillard had started out smarter, but being alone, he's lost it. He definitely lost it. Yeah. And Jen said I loved hearing his backstory. He was an undercover cop. I think that the undercover cop story was interesting. And I know we're not to that, but we're not really doing this in order that much, so it's fine. But I liked how they kind of paralleled that, because I mean the whole point, in my opinion, of his character. Let me see if I could jump to a picture quick, because at least we're looking at him.
We're talking a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I know we're like completely in the wrong place, and I can't from these little damn pictures see which one's him. I like the idea of him saying, when you're an undercover cop, that you have to go so deep undercover that it becomes a part of you, and even if it's like years later, it's still there. It's still in you, that part of this character, because obviously it was talking. I mean, I felt that it was talking about Negan, like he became this larger than life leader. Not that he was a good leader, not even going to, discuss whether what he did was right or wrong, but this crazy guy that, bashed people's heads in and all this, that we've said before, that a lot of it seems to be acting, and it seems to be this was like who he played. And I think it's saying that, that became a part of Negan, and now it's hard for him to get rid of that part of him. Like he's depressed and he has nothing to do, but it's still in him. And I think it was also foreshadowing that maybe some of that's coming back, with the whole end of the episode when he, killed the Dama, and that I think it's showing that he's clearly not completely changed like Maggie would like to think.
Yeah.
Right?
So I disagree a little bit there, but we'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
So we are to believe that Dillard is playing he's playing a role here of a stupid dumbass bar owner, and that he's like been doing it so long that this is who he is now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it was him too. I think the idea of him running the bar was what the character was. I don't know about him being like ooh, what did I kick? Ah, shit, I knocked something down. I don't know that him being like this stupid guy was necessarily part of the character. I think he just meant like the guy that owns the bar and doesn't go anywhere was like his character he got sucked into. But maybe I'm wrong. It wasn't super clear. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. We haven't like had anybody that's had that backstory at any rate. So it's something different.
So before we move along, Kelly asked, do we know how much time has passed? Seems like it had been quite a while since last week. I agree. I'm having trouble knowing how much time has passed, but it seems like Maggie has sent for the people from the bricks have come to move to Manhattan, right? These are the people in Maggie's community now. The people from the bricks are there.
It seems to be from what they said later in the episode, and also they've got all the electricity and everything fixed up. Like they had to have taken time to do
like
that,
an
right?
extended scene of Maggie changing light bulbs like all over town, right?
Right.
It does seem to have been quite a while since last week. I agree, but it's difficult to tell. You know, I wish like maybe if they would have grown out Lauren Cohen's hair a little, we'd be like, oh, that looks like 3 months worth of hair grew or something, right? But to me, I think it has to be months. I think in order for her to somehow, how she sent word to the bricks, which is I think really far away, the bricks, right? Like she sent word and they have come. So I think months have gone by.
Yeah, because sent word means, you know, riding a horse or something to get there, right? Or walking or whatever. You can't just show up.
And you can't call.
I was reading, I'm not sure whose hair are we talking about? I'm laughing about the wig, but I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Jen said both Negan and Dylan are lost. They needed each other to snap out of their funks. That may be true. I guess we'll find out how kind of Dillard changes over the season. But Jen agrees with me. A parallel between them. They need to confess and move on, but to someone that understands. So, let's see. My take was he feels so guilty about his time undercover that he basically dissociated into this fake world to avoid thinking about his past. Maybe to avoid thinking about the zombies too. Who knows?
I guess. I mean, we're
also,
talking.
Jen said she thinks it was 3 months.
They said 3 months. I mean, if he was undercover, it was more than 16. We think Herschel's about 16 years old, right? Was he 15 last season? So this guy and Maggie, you know, got pregnant with Herschel. She was pregnant when Glenn died, right? So we're talking he was undercover. Like, you know, I mean, okay, it's been 16 years. There's been no psychiatric or psychological care since then. It's not like he could go to therapy and deal with his like undercover trauma or whatever, right? So I guess I get that.
Yeah, and if you're alone that long too, and it could have issues.
Another sign of time passing, Jamie, this picture, right? That's why this picture is up.
Yeah, because you were talking about Herschel, so I just popped it up.
Oh, and in this scene, he's learning anatomy. He's studying to be a doctor.
Yes. I do really like how they did that with the dead arm and him like learning what moves the muscles and that. I thought that was cool. I mean, it was totally unnecessary, but it was cool. I liked it. But yeah, this whole beginning before that, I was just going to say, is showing the time passing and that they've got the electric up. They've got security cameras and everything. That's kind of the important thing. And I love this picture too of Negan.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yes, Herschel is learning to do medicine from the guy that's with Renata that I never remember his name.
Is his name Luis?
Luis. Yeah, Luis.
Yeah. So
he's teaching him how to do medicine, which we need. I mean, we need a doctor, right? You can always use a doctor on the show. Yeah. Armstrong is leaving. There's kind of a scene about her saying, don't tell anybody about this community. We don't want anybody to get here, because that changes at the end. But at this point, she's like, you know, you can't tell anybody. And he promises that he won't. Herschel makes the hand give the middle finger. I like that. Yeah, it was silly, but it was funny.
I mean, what do you think is up with this Pearly business? Because they could easily have just written him off. Like, is he leaving? They could easily have just been like, oh, he left, and not have to have that actor in this season at all, right? Like, he was planning to leave at the end of last season. So the fact that he's back, I mean, I guess I'm assuming he's never going to get out of Manhattan, and he's going to be just part of the show now, right? Be part of Maggie.
I'm assuming that he's probably going to turn around and help them fight whatever happens, right? That's my guess. But considering they brought the other two characters on just to kill them, like, he really could just have came on long enough to be there and leave. At this point, I'm not sure. But we see him very little, and he's just basically came to say goodbye.
Well, and that speaks to Jen's earlier comment. There was a different showrunner for seasons 1 and 2. So the new guy, Seth Hoffman, is cleaning house and ending that showrunner storyline. So he could be brought back just for a coda to put a pin in that. So people like Jamie was asking, where's Pearlie? What's gonna, right? Like, we haven't seen him. Yeah. Like, this could be just to put a bow on that and finish that. I mean, I would be happy if we never heard of New Babylon again, because I never really like that governing body never really rang true or made sense to me. Maybe partly because they dress like they're in the Civil War, but also because they just never, I don't know. It was never developed well enough to really be.
Yeah, right? I never really loved the New Babylon stuff either. So, I don't know. Yeah. But there's this part now where this. Oh, I know. They're listening. They're listening because the red light goes off. Somebody's there, and they hear guys talking about the Dharma because they follow them back to the theater. That's what this is about. And she gets Negan to go with her. He's I guess there like when she needs him because he picks up the radio and stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll come help you. I'm drunk, but I'll come help you." Because she's like, "Are you drunk?" And he's like, "Eh." So yeah, they go back. And I did like, I don't know if you noticed it. I noticed it because I like Phantom of the Opera, but they had the Phantom of the Opera music playing when they were leaving.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, they go in and they find this guy. I don't know his name, but he's doing like a play.
They're like disciples of the Dom. They're those two guys that the Dom was like, "Come on, I'll give you some food." And now they're like her total disciples, right? I don't understand how she like brainwashes everybody.
I mean, as Maggie says, she gives them what they need, and not that that's really an explanation. I'm just repeating what Maggie says. I don't know.
And then they all start talking in like cryptic verse, and right, like.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if some of it was supposed to actually be a play. I mean, I do remember the stuff about the Dharma was that like she liked the art, so she probably picked this guy because he was an actor or whatever, and she wanted to watch him on theater. Yeah. Remember, there was like the violinist and the artist and everything. Yeah, and probably whoever painted that painting. But yeah, they're doing a play or whatever, and Maggie tells them, just go, leave. We don't have to kill you. We just want to know where the Dharma is, and the Dharma basically gets them. You're right. It is like she had cult leader training because they fall for her really quick. But Maggie tries to get them to leave, and the Dharma is like, saying for them to go after them. And so they do not leave. They end up killing everybody on the stage except this guy because he does not actually attack them, which is why they don't kill him. The other one's actually attacked. And Maggie gets him to run away at the end. I kind of like that, and I figured he'd come back around. So I did like that we see him later on. What'll happen with that? I don't know.
I did appreciate in this scene, when Maggie's like, "Don't make us do it. Don't make us do it." Like, they really don't want to kill these guys, right? They're enthralled to the Dharma. They haven't done anything really wrong, right? Yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, we know that she's dangerous and she could turn these guys into an army and do some damage. But I like the part where Maggie, and Negan and Pearlie show restraint at Maggie's lead. Like, don't make us do it. Don't make us do it. But then it was pretty cool when they just shot them all because they wouldn't.
They wouldn't listen. They kind of had to, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Doc. So yeah, I like that. And also I was going to say, Kimberly said this. I did like that whenever, the chandelier that the Dharma had crashing down, that was like from Phantom of the Opera, you're right. Because that's what she does to try to hit them. And obviously it doesn't work. This is Dead City, Doc. Also, Daryl Dixon is still on, but not right now. So yeah, they find the Dama. She almost gets killed by the walker, but there's the chandelier. But they save her because they're the good guys, right? So they're not going to leave her there to die. They shoot the walker and take her prisoner. And Maggie puts her in a cage where the dead that they're using as the batteries are the tanks. And she's thinks she knows everything, and she's like, oh, I can help you rebuild a society, and trying to brainwash Maggie. And thankfully Maggie does not listen to any of her shit. I don't know, I thought this was kind of interesting watching these scenes because it's like a different dynamic now than it was before, and she sees what she's trying to do. But obviously a lot of the stuff with the Dama in this episode kind of parallels Negan as a prisoner back in Hilltop, Alexandria. Which place was he at? Alexandria?
I think he was held at Alexandria.
Alexandria, yeah.
But
because
but in the comic book, he's held there for years. In the show, I guess he was held for like a year or a couple of years. I don't know. But I mean, there's a lot of talk in the episode about how Negan changed and how putting him in a jail cell was able to rehabilitate him, because obviously a lot of the rest of the episode is about, do they kill her? Do they keep her there? And because if they keep her there, they have to use their resources to watch her and to make sure she doesn't leave. And then they have to have somebody watch the person that's watching her because she brainwashes people. So that's what a lot of the discussion is about coming up. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take issue with the idea that putting Negan in a jail cell rehabilitated him. I don't really think that happened.
Well, I don't know that it did. I'm saying that's what I feel like they're debating in this episode. Yeah. Like she's saying, oh, Negan, you changed. It helped you. We can do this to her. Yes, you're right. The question is, did it help him? I don't know that it did. I'm just saying I think that that's what Maggie thinks.
I mean, I think this is Maggie. She's hemming and hawing and wringing her hands over what to do with the Dama. Like, I don't want to kill her. Do I have to kill her? Blah, 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 blah. Like, oh my God, Maggie. And Negan is like, you got to kill her. Like, you're just going to have to kill her. She can't be trusted. She can't, she's too dangerous to keep around here. I don't think it's the same. I mean, there are people who wanted to kill Negan, and Rick was like, no, I'm going to put him in a cell, because Rick was like trying to we're not going to be that guy. We're going to be better than him. And also we need to start having a justice system for our community here. Right. And this is how we're going to do things from now on.
Yes, that's definitely not the way Maggie took care of this. I would agree with you there. I'm just saying that I think they're trying to parallel a lot of that in the episode. There's also this part where Herschel is stitching up Negan, which was kind of funny. So like Matt, he's like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "I'm watching my son," because she's stick a needle in you or whatever she said.
Yeah.
Was it this episode or last episode when he asked about killing people? That was last episode, wasn't it?
I think it was this week's episode where he's like, eventually gonna have to kill. I've never killed a person yet. I'm gonna probably have to. Mom, can you give me some tips? Can you give me some pointers? Can you help me? Can you help me? I mean, I think ultimately that's gonna come to Negan being the person that's gonna have to give Herschel what he needs to be able to do that. And I think you are going to have to kill people in this world. Like, there was a part on The Walking Dead on the flagship where there used to be 3 questions to every. If you're going to join the community, you have to answer 3 questions. How many walkers have you killed? How many humans have you killed? Why? Right? Yeah. Those 3 questions.
Yeah. Something. I don't remember what the third one was, but yeah, the first 2. But yeah, okay, that is this episode then, because they're discussing what to do with her.
Yeah.
And this is where Negan is telling Renata and Luis that he disagrees and that they have to kill her because she's evil. I know that's not what he says, but I'm just saying he's like, they have to kill her.
Well, she is. This could also be the conversation where Negan's like, you need more people, and Renata consistently is like, we don't want more people, we have to stay secret. And Negan's like, there's strength in numbers and we need to invite more people.
I think that's later on.
Okay.
I think it's when Negan's talking to Maggie.
later.
alone,
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Then we have the stuff with
Dillard, dummy Dillard.
Now, I love this scene. It was so ridiculously stupid, but I don't care. I still love this scene where they're, because Dillard's an idiot. The whole scaffolding, the one piece of scaffolding comes down and the walkers are at them, so they have to climb up there. And Negan is like slinging bricks. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious the way he was like so mad at him and throwing the bricks at the walkers. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was
good. I didn't find it hilarious myself, but I like that they, it's hard to find new ways to have zombies appear, situations zombies are in, new ways to kill zombies. And this felt like really New York. Like this kind of scaffolding is all over New York City. I mean, usually it might be the entire block, right? I've never thought while I'm walking under there that there could be bricks over my head. Now I will forever think of that. But and then he grabs the window unit and it felt really New York. And when I saw that air conditioner, you just knew what was going to happen, right? And it was pretty great. It was pretty great. It was a great kill.
It was, and he killed all of them too. He took them all out. That was what I thought was like, wow, that's Negan for you.
Yeah.
And then the part that I could have done without was him thanking Negan in like his walker speak. I forgot there was the whole idea where he says he can understand him.
I mean, I'm
guessing that is part of his crazy character. At least I hope, because that part's stupid.
That's how it started. He was acting like he was talking to them. It's very dumb.
Yeah, that part, I agree. I think is stupid. But the rest of it, I did enjoy. And then there's a whole part with the painting. Painting. I missed what the significance of the guy not having a face was. If it was just kind of talking about,
it might be
they were talking about getting into the character. I don't know.
The painting is titled "The Two Hills of Kinship," but we don't really get an explanation of what it was about.
Yeah. Right.
But Negan likes it. He takes it to hang in his apartment.
Yeah, but he likes it because it looks like boobs. I mean, that was really.
He does, but he looks at it and looks at these two guys in a way that makes me think this painting is speaking to him a little bit more.
Yeah, that's fair. But they make a joke out of it. Here is where Dillard tells Negan about. We talked about this earlier about him being an undercover cop and how he became this character and couldn't get rid of this character. And yeah, you said you talk about it when we got there. So you don't agree that it's like paralleling Negan and saying that he can't shake that part of him that he sort of became over the years?
I know that Negan was a character, that Negan the Savior is a character that Negan the gym teacher has been playing all along.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that originally he sort of became this larger than life version of himself. And yes, he became bad. I'm not saying that it was just a character. I'm just saying it's I don't know. To me, he was saying once you become or start doing this, that you can't just get rid of it. You can't just back out and become who you used to be. You're forever changed.
I don't know. I mean, there's the question of, did the apocalypse allow everybody to become who they really are? And that this is a behavior that obviously that couldn't manifest until this set of circumstances arose. I could argue this always was Negan, right?
Yeah, true. But that's kind of the morality of the show in general, I think.
I actually just don't think the show is deep enough to be having this depth of storyline trying to reflect Negan's past. I just don't think that depth is there on this show. But okay.
All right, fair.
I mean, we all see something different on the screen, and that's fine.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's why I kind of like that conversation for that reason. Because
as soon as this guy comes on the screen, I'm ready to check my phone and stop paying attention.
And also there was a lot with, I mean, regardless of whether you see that, I mean, a lot of this is about Maggie thinking he changed, and did he change?
I don't think Maggie thinks he changed. I think Maggie
questioning if he changed, because she says something to him like that whenever I forget exactly what she says, something like that what happened between them changed her and she thought it changed him too. And I know that's talking about a specific instance. But yeah, I mean, I think to some extent she has to think he changed, because how else could she be around him? I mean, we've struggled with that from the beginning.
But being around him isn't about has he changed. It's about has she changed. Like she says, I'm sick of being angry. Aren't you sick of being angry? Like that's just about Maggie change. Like being around Negan is about Maggie changing. Not that Negan had to change so Maggie could tolerate him.
No. But if he hadn't changed at all, I would think nobody would be around Negan without like being afraid he's gonna kill them.
I mean, to say has Negan changed? Negan changed like 3 shows ago, back in the original one.
Yeah, no, I don't mean just now he changed. I mean over the course of his post-apocalyptic life.
I just don't think this is about Negan changing. I think this is about Maggie not being able to do the difficult thing. And she wants to talk about changing, but she can't do all of this do-gooder new community crap without an enforcer by her side. And she can pretend that's not the case, but she needs Negan, who she is, to do the things that she doesn't want to do.
No, that I agree with. I think both things can be true. Because she's not willing to make those choices, which isn't good. But I don't like that he made the choice. But we'll get there when we get there. So then she gets this idea that if the Dama wants to kill herself because she's not eating, that she will give her a knife and let her do it that way.
And ever make this incredibly dangerous person, and
let's give the person in the cage a knife so they can try to do something with it to get out or stab us.
Right?
I know that part was dumb. I mean, I think it was more symbolic, but it was stupid to give her the knife. I agree. But yeah, the idea is if she wants to let herself die so bad, let her do it fast, and then we don't have to deal with her. And then I don't, and more to the point, if she kills herself, I don't have to kill her, right? I mean, that was more, I think, Maggie's reasoning. Yeah. I mean, she may not have said that, but I think that was a big part of it.
And Maggie's like, oh, a death by malnutrition is so horrible. I want to spare her. I think she has skipped maybe one meal at that point, right?
Like, well, they said she already looked malnourished, so they were saying if she kept skipping him, she'd die. But either way, it's about Maggie not wanting to kill
Dr. Maggie, whatever.
Yeah, either way, she doesn't want to kill her, and it relieves her of the responsibility.
Kelly said, I thought she was going to give her some poison. Didn't think she'd give her a knife. Yeah, right.
That would make more sense.
Let her drink some. I don't know. They got a whole hospital. They got a whole hospital, right?
Yeah, it totally makes more sense for sure. There's more of him playing games with Dillard there. But we already talked about a lot of that. Now, this is where they have the conversation in the bar where she's trying to decide what to do. And this is where he says about they need, I don't know if it was in here or the hotel, but it's either this or the next scene where he starts saying about that you need numbers and that the community they have isn't big enough. And it kind of gives her the idea that they're going to open this community to everybody, which I think was a really, 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 really bad idea. But that's,
I know. I think Negan's right. Like they're going to need numbers to survive. And he says he tried it with the Saviors and he tried to be really small at first and they couldn't be self-sustaining and he needed to add more people. I mean, this is what happened to Alexandria. They ended up adding a lot of people to Alexandria. You need to have different kinds of workers and skills and everything, right?
Yes. But I feel like opening it to random people across the country is probably not.
Okay, but every person.
Let me rephrase what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not smart. I'm saying that in the scope of this TV show, it's going to go bad. Is what I was more meaning.
Yes, but every person who stumbled at the front door of Alexandria was a random person, right? What are you gonna have? People email their applications and you can screen them? They're random people.
All right, but they're kind of calling out to everybody and their uncle,
Well, I mean, they're not skywriting it. They're telling Pearlie to go tell people. So far, she's
we're turning on the Statue of Liberty, the light of the Statue of Liberty.
That is not part of this scene. That is not the plan at this point. I agree that was stupid, but in this conversation, he's like, you gotta get people. You need people.
Yes, that part I agree with. I was meaning
they sent Aaron to go around and find people. Good point, Kimberly. In The Walking Dead, Aaron and Jesus go around to find people, right? And they were going to tell Pearlie to go find people. I mean, this conversation is a far cry from what Maggie does.
It is, but it's what leads to it. But I guess the difference is that's where I'm saying doing what Aaron and them did and trying to find people that seem like good people is maybe better than randomly
I don't know.
shouting.
I mean, to be fair, Jamie, it's not like you can see the Statue of Liberty from Ohio. You
No.
maybe on a good clear night, if you were at a high elevation, you could see it from 20 miles. So I grew up about 35 miles from Manhattan. On a clear day, we could see the Twin Towers. You cannot see the Statue of Liberty. It's pretty short.
All right, fair. There are more bad people left. Okay. There's this thing about not smoking. I thought that was funny. So okay, there's the walker. I'm just scooting through to see what's here. The conversation in the apartment, and that was where she had said something like she thought that they changed after that conversation that they had, and he said that it altered him as well. What that means, I don't know, but they did say that, and I guess that remains to be seen. But she does get the idea she's going to invite everybody, and she tells Renata, but Renata's like, this isn't a good idea. But eventually Maggie talks her into it and says, they need to plow the Central Park and they need to get people to do all this so that they can survive. Hey, Lori.
Yes, Lori, Real Cinema Therapy. Lori is our resident expert on Walking Dead. Lori, you have a Walking Dead show on your channel, right?
Yes, that she has with Jen. And Aaron scouted for Alexandria. They didn't just open the gates to anyone. Maggie should know better after leading Hilltop and the Bricks. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like it to me, turning on the Statue of Liberty is like shouting out, even if it's only like within 20 miles, it's still just being like, everybody come, instead of like trying to find people you feel would be good to the community, I guess, is more kind of how I look at it. And everybody make sure you check out Real Cinema Therapy as well. Sorry. All right. So red light. This guy shows up and they talk him into giving the weapon up and not fighting them, and they're going to help him. And then
is this a better way to recruit people? Randos who show up with a knife and you're like, sure, join our community.
All right. Fair enough. This is where she tells Pearlie, I changed my mind. Tell everybody you know and bring them here. Bring those people that were New Babylon crazies because they might be good people. So that's what she tells him.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was like the people in the New Babylon army who were a problem. We never met a normal citizen. I mean, truly, everybody was like a citizen of New Babylon. They just declared themselves the ruling authority of everywhere, right? Like, in theory, they had authority over the bricks, right?
Yeah. But he's going back to that group. So either way, he says he will do that. And then we have more with the Dama, where this is where Negan's like, I get to kill you. And he stabs her. And I don't think it actually shows him killing her, does it? It just shows her with the knife in her after.
Yeah, she's like, the Dama is kind of hilarious throughout this whole episode. Because she was so scary and powerful last season. And in this whole episode, every time they see her, she's like this little creepy old lady who, like, do you remember in the earlier scene where after, like, Maggie just shoots all of her guys and she's trying to run away and she runs into a zombie and she's like, help me, screaming. And in this scene where she has been, I'm going to starve myself to death, I'm going to die. But then when Negan's like, I'm going to kill you, she's like, help, somebody help me. He's crazy. He's going to kill me. Help me.
Yeah, well, she had started to eat, but yes, I agree with you. She's this frail lady, but I think it's also showing that a lot of it was not that she was actually strong. It was that the people she got to do her bidding were. I think, it proves that. But Negan does kill her, and Maggie does realize it because she sees, well, I don't know. I thought that was his back, but it's not. I guess it's a stick.
No,
but she sees the knife.
That knife, that is not a way of for a person to kill themselves. I think that, and she stabbed like through her coat, right? And it's right sticking out of her chest. She clearly has been murdered, right?
Yeah.
There's no way anybody would think, oh, I'm so glad I gave her that knife and she killed herself.
Right. No, she definitely didn't kill herself. But also, I thought, and I'm looking at it now and realizing I'm wrong. I thought that stick or whatever that was, I thought that was Lucille, and that's how she knew it was him. So she doesn't actually, I guess, 100% know Negan. I mean, I think she figures he did it, but
Yeah, I mean,
she doesn't 100% know he did it.
Yeah.
And then we have this new, they light up the Statue of Liberty, and they have this new group is now coming to.
That was so annoying.
Yes, it was, but you knew there was people coming. But what I wanted to say before we wrap it up about the Negan thing is my irritation was that, and I know you didn't seem to feel this way, but there was the whole conversation with Maggie saying to Negan, you know, do I kill her? Do I let her live and try to rehabilitate her and it uses our resources? You know, what's the correct option? And Maggie needed to make a choice to kill her. Yes, that I totally 100% agree with. But Negan isn't her enforcer, and she was making that choice. She made the choice to give her the knife.
She made no choice. That's not it's a stupid thing to do. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you. I apologize.
No, I agree that she didn't actually, she avoided making the choice by giving her the knife and letting the Dama make the choice. I agree with you there. But I'm saying that Maggie still made the choice not to make the choice. She made the choice to let the Dama make the choice, even though that was the wrong thing to do. I feel like Maggie discussed it with him. He wouldn't help her come to a decision. He's kind of like, well, that's not true. He told her to kill him.
He told her to kill her. He said unequivocally, 100% kill her now.
He did. But he's not her enforcer. And the fact is I feel like it kind of pissed me off that Negan went on his own and did it because
he's totally her enforcer. She has a red light, a bat signal in his apartment for when she needs him.
But she didn't tell him to go kill her. And she didn't. Okay. I don't know. It pissed me off. I felt that she had already, even though it was the wrong choice, she had made the choice. And I feel like by Negan killing the Dama, it took away Maggie's choice.
Why is it her choice? Because she decreed that she gets to make all the choices? Like,
yeah, but Negan doesn't want to be the leader there. And he isn't the leader there. And I don't know. I felt like it went. Like he went around Maggie.
He's 100% her enforcer. That's why she has him there. And she put a red light in his apartment. So when she needs some muscle to go take on the Dama's boys, she calls Negan to come with her. That's like the definition of having an enforcer.
She had the Dama in a jail cell and she had made a choice of what she was doing or not doing. She didn't tell Negan to go kill her. He took it upon himself. That's what he did.
Well, you don't want Negan to get in there? Lock the door and put a guard so Negan can't get in there. Like Maggie had to know that Negan would come and kill this person. There's no way Maggie's like, oh, I told me, like, come on. Maggie has known Negan for 15 years or more. Maggie had to know, I think, that Negan would come and do it. I think Maggie probably deep down inside is happy Negan came and did it, but she's going to be a whiny little bitch and be like, Negan, I can't believe you killed that evil, horrible danger to us all.
That may be the case. I just feel that if Negan was going to kill her, he should have come to Maggie first and they should have talked about it. That's how I feel. I mean, you don't have to agree with me.
Maggie would continue to be like, like, I'm kind of sick of Maggie. Like, somebody commented earlier, I think Jen commented earlier in this thread, like, Maggie should know better after leading both Hilltop and the Bricks. And Maggie does this. She gets in charge and she's like, I want to be in charge and I know how to do this. But then she doesn't want to do the hard thing and she wants somebody else. And like she gets to look down on Negan and hate Negan. And yes, okay, Negan killed her husband and she should hate Negan. But she looks down on Negan in a lot of ways for a lot of reasons. But then like she needs him to do the thing that she can't do.
That's fair. Let's see.
Yeah.
Lori says Negan was looking at a bunch of rats before he killed the Dama. It would have been great. He gave her one to replace her rat. And he said, I killed your rat. Now I'll kill you. That would be good. I like that. I like that, Lori.
Yeah, you should be writing this, Lori.
Yeah, no, that's good. Maggie had become a little self-righteous in the latter years of The Walking Dead. That is also true. Yeah. I guess my point was just, I feel like if she wanted him to kill her, she should have told him that. And I feel like he went around her to do it and didn't do what she said.
If Maggie tells Negan to kill the Dama, that's basically the same thing as Maggie killing the Dama. And I feel like Maggie wants it both ways. Maggie wants to be like, oh, I didn't say to kill her. But then she also wants her to be dead.
I guess. I don't know. I just, that's what it immediately made me feel like he did not listen to her wishes and went and did it anyway.
He shouldn't listen to her wishes. Like, why are her wishes the law? Is she the queen? Is she the president?
No, but him going around killing people randomly isn't good either, to be fair.
Going around killing people randomly.
I know. I'm just saying.
There's nothing random about killing the Dama.
No, I know there's not. But you said, why does he have
imprisoned and like tortured like Negan. She's responsible for Ginny, his like surrogate daughter, being dead. She is responsible for many people's deaths. She's so charismatic. She's a danger to every living person in New York.
She is, but he can't go around just killing people either.
He's not going around just killing people. He killed one person who needed killing.
Well, what if it had been somebody else? I'm just saying. Okay.
Has rarely gone around. Like, okay, you know what's random? Doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo and killing the person you land on. That's random.
Yes. Anyway.
But this is not randomly
going
around killing people randomly.
My point in all of it was Maggie stuck her in the jail cell because she wanted her in the jail cell. And I don't think that he should.
Maggie stuck her in the jail cell because she's a wuss who can't make a decision.
That is also true. Both can be true. I'm just saying, I think that he shouldn't have done it without her knowing he was going to do it. That's all. That was my point.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to agree with it, but that's how I felt when I watched it.
All right.
But I see your side too.
We'll see how
all
it
right. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. All right. Well, that is the end of Dead City. We have gone on it longer than we could have.
We got
sorry about that, AJ. All right, so let me switch back to now. We will talk about the ARC premiere.
Okay, let's let AJ talk first about what he thought of the ARC this week to wake him up a little bit.
Sounds good.
Well, I forgot to turn my video back on. I wish they had let them split this into 2 shows. That's what I think.
That was the plan at one point.
That was what they wanted. That was what Dean Devlin wanted to do. He wanted to do a spinoff. He wanted to do one show about the people on the planet and one show about the people on the ship still. I wish they had done that. But anyway,
AJ, this is not working for you. The dual storylines is not working for you.
It's not that it's not working. I just feel like it would be better if we had 2 separate. Because I feel like there's going to be times where I don't give 2 shits about the planet, and I just want to see the ARC, and vice versa. Where if we had 2 different shows, but anyway, that's besides the point. Didn't happen. This is what we got.
And AJ froze.
AJ froze. Hopefully he'll be back. All right, Jamie.
Freezing me. Look, for premiere, I liked it. I do agree that I think eventually the 2 storylines may become problematic going back and forth. But I mean, look, we're lucky they greenlighted a season 3, so I'll take it. I mean, I'm trying to think of things to say other than I'm so upset they killed Bryce, which is pretty much my main thought on the whole episode. I was so pissed off. Bryce is probably my favorite character, I would say, and I was very, very shocked, very, very pissed off. I kind of question, I think it was you that said was it you that said in text? One of you said in text to me something about like the fact that Ava wanted to see the video feed. Is there a possibility that maybe he's not dead? That would be good.
That's AJ's theory. You should let AJ say it.
AJ. I'm sorry. I said I didn't remember.
So we can let AJ.
Okay. Yeah, we'll let him say it. Because I feel like it's kind of like the same thing, like what we just talked about with Dead City. Like, why, like they have him in the season just to kill him at the beginning is like really annoying. But sorry, AJ, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Sorry, I was my laptop, my battery doesn't last more than 2 seconds when unplugged, and I didn't realize that my plug wasn't all the way in, so that's why I disappeared.
Okay.
What was I saying? Oh, so I get the feeling you guys were just talking about this, especially consider I saw Kelly's comment here about Bryce. I'm just gonna say this. I don't see how Bryce would be alive, given what we saw. But if he's truly dead, I don't know that I want to keep watching this show that's just going to keep killing people in weak little ways. And I'm already sick of, I don't know if anybody else, I'm already tired of Ian. It was a fucking dream. I'm sorry that you feel like you lived 20, a whole lifetime with Garnett. But I really hope that doesn't. I'm hoping that because of what happened in the scenes where he's like, oh, I spent all these years as this, and he was like, and Alicia's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're gonna kill somebody. Like, stop. And he's like, oh my god, it wasn't real. Like, duh. What's she been fucking telling you for fucking ever since you guys got back?
Yeah, I mean, if I had a dream that I was a surgeon, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I know how to amputate this leg. Trust me." Right?
Yeah. Well, amputating's not that hard. I mean, Rick Grimes did it 100 times. But anyway, I mean, let's put it this way: the episode, I feel like not a lot happened in the episode other than setting things up on the planet and Bryce dying.
I think so. I also am pretty. I mean, I don't think there's a person in this group, in this community, who's going to say, "Oh, Bryce dying is very interesting. I can't wait to see what happens." Right? Like, I mean, I guess maybe one reason to kill him is if they're trying to like tear Sharon down a little bit. Like, first Reese dies, now Bryce dies. Like, are they trying to like isolate Sharon and like take away her resources? And like, was that death in service to Sharon's character? Maybe. Maybe not. I have been sick of Ian for a while. Like they took Reese away. He's replaced with Ian. Like, just because he looks exactly like the guy, he's clearly not that guy, right? And she doesn't have those feelings. And I think we all agree with Kelly. Enough coma dream. It was a little more than a dream, right? Because it is prompted by the brain implant. So it was a very intense and lifelike dream, almost a projection into their brains, kind of. But still, it's a dream, and like it doesn't make sense that Ian is so incredibly affected by it, and Sharon is not at all affected by it. To me, it just makes Ian look more like a creeper and a stalker a little bit, right? Like, how could one person like?
I disagree with that just a little bit. I think Sharon was affected by it, but she's not letting herself be affected by it because she still has feelings for Reese, and she feels like
in love with Reese,
yeah, she's still in love with Reese.
And so to feel those feelings for Ian would be a betrayal of Reese, right?
Yeah.
I guess. And so you can kind of see where it's going as he's going to wear her down. He's like, "Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it?" And he's going to wear her down, and eventually they're going to be together, right?
I
kind of am a little bit annoyed with Ian as well, although I don't mind the romance part of it. I mean, that doesn't really bother me. And I told you guys before, and I've said this in regards to something else we were talking about, that there was that woman that was in the news that thought that she was married and had kids while she was in a coma for a few years, and like she actually grieved her kids that she lost. So it is possible that you can have that kind of a dream, and especially in like a thing like this, when they thought it was so, however long it was, a whole lifetime, that it could affect them. I agree with what AJ was saying. I think that she's hiding is affecting her. I just don't see the point of why they killed Reese just to bring Ian in. Like, it's kind of like they got rid of him, but they didn't get rid of him, but it also makes me wonder, like, could there be another, like, I hope there's not like more clones, because then it's like, then they could kind of bring.
Yeah, no, I don't want to play this.
I don't want to see that.
And that's the thing. Like, we kept the actor, but we lost Reese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we get we keep the actor who plays Bryce, but we lose Bryce, it's not the same thing. It's, you know what I mean? It's like when we were watching Fringe and we had the alternate reality, and we had all the characters, but they weren't our characters. Like Charlie, we all wanted Charlie back, but it wasn't our Charlie, So it's I mean, Dean Devlin usually doesn't steer us wrong, so I'm hoping it works itself out. But I'm a little concerned.
No, I would start to say
not that anybody's going to be watching this show next season because they get canceled because nobody knows where it is.
Yeah, probably. But I was starting to say, because I couldn't remember if it was you or Karen that had said it, about the possibility that you had come up with that maybe Reese isn't dead, though. Or, sorry, Bryce.
Yeah, I said that because I feel like, so Ava's like, I want to see the video. I need to see the video. It's the only way I'm going to believe it. I feel like Ava's going to see something in the video and be like, he's not dead. I don't know how he's not going to be dead, but what other reason do they have for Ava to watch the video?
Closure.
Yeah, because her stated reason
in the confines of a TV show, what reason does she really have?
You're right. All right. So just to kind of go through some of the stuff quick, so we do talk about each of the different plot lines. Not that we have to go through the whole thing exactly in order, but we have oh shit, Angus. I want to call him Ian. I don't know why. Angus and this other girl that I don't know her name, who I don't think was in last season. She's like not important right now. She's a red
Yeah, I
shirt.
was wondering if they just threw her at us and we're like supposed to just like accept that they've been there.
I
Yeah,
think she's
new people around, and we're supposed to just
This is just continuing what came in the season finale, which was that they had found this tablet and it's got alien writing on it, but it also is some kind of device actually, because the writing shifts and changes, but they do not notice this. He puts it in that cabinet. I can't help thinking the fact that he locked it in that cabinet that somebody is going to steal it or something is going to happen. No, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But it's cool though the way they did that. But he put it away for now. Okay, and then there's this whole thing where Bryce and Ava are having their little call, but he doesn't get to talk to her because he has to go down to the planet. Even though they've told them to leave the planet, they get a message that says, "Don't come here," which I think is the title of the episode, something like that. I told you not to come here. So they know that there was a group, an ARC group that went down to the planet, but their shields won't protect them from the solar storm, I think. I forget exactly what the tech is, but they're going to do something to the shields that will make it block it for so many hours. So they have so much time that they're going to use to go down to the planet. I don't know if you guys remember more of the technical explanation of that.
That's enough of it. That's
Okay.
just, you know what's ironic though is the first thing I thought when I'm watching these two on the video screen, I'm like, I was like, I really don't like the couples being separated.
Yeah.
Especially these. I love Ava and Bryce. There's like, I'm not a shipper or anything, but when something feels, when two people get together that feels realistic, I don't know. I just love the two of them together.
Yeah, I do. And I said, I think Bryce is probably my favorite character. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
And I got upset. I mean, not that I don't like the other characters. I would have been upset if any of them died, but I think he's probably my favorite. So yeah, he has to end his sex call there. And then there's a conversation. This is where Ian wants to be with her and I think he goes to kiss her. And she admits that, it is affecting her, but she can't let it affect her because of her job and everything. And that means it's not going to happen between them. And he's not too happy about it. So that's what that conversation was about. And then there's some with Alicia figuring out how to fix the tech so they can go down to the planet. Like usual, she saves the day, right? So they go down to the planet. Now, this is Kimmy. She was like the security person or whatever.
Kimmy was a double agent.
Yeah, she was. Well, and this person they're calling Doc, but I don't remember what her name actually is, but she dies.
Doesn't matter. She doesn't last
She's
long.
a medic. She's a medic. That's what they call her, Doc.
Yeah, she's a red shirt. So they go down to the planet. They find all the people there are dead that are around. They look for life signs. They do find one life sign, but everybody else has been killed. They don't know by what yet. And they are running out of time because, I don't know, some sciencey thing, and they have less time than they thought they did, right? That's basically it. Yeah. And this is where Ian's like, oh, I know how to fix it because I know all this stuff about this sciencey thing. And he dreamt it, so it's not accurate. And he cannot help. So they have less time and they need to get the message down to them. I agree. We need Bryce's comedic relief. Bryce is awesome. I'm sad. Like, I don't know that they can fix it, but I hope they do. So they go down and they find
me a little bit.
Huh?
He annoys me a little bit. Like, he's always Bryce. He's always walking around in that tank top, like out of uniform, just showing off his guns and being like, he's a lot.
He is a lot, but I like him.
Oh, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Exactly. I don't know. I like Bryce. I always did.
If that was Sam Reed, would you be complaining, Karen?
He has a good point.
But Sam Reed has a storyline reason for having no shirt on.
Oh, okay.
The reason is he's hot. That's the reason. All right. So they meet this guy, and I don't know what his name is. I was looking to see.
Whatever. He's the survivor.
Yeah, but I think he's going to end
an
up.
admiral.
He's an admiral,
saved, so I think he's going to end up important. But yeah, admiral guy. And he's like, I told you not to come. Basically, there are these huge alien bug creature things, and they come out. The sunlight stops them, so they can like hide during the day. But his ship or whatever is destroyed, so he can't get off the planet. And so he's been stuck there. But he tells them, they can't leave. There's no way to get out. They shouldn't have come. And this is where they're like, oh, well, our ship is coming back for us. We'll just wait till morning and have it come back around.
Admiral Ben Hammond.
Hammond. Okay, I can remember that. Stargate. I can remember that. Okay. And then there's also this conversation between Ava and I think his name's Zed. I think.
Yes.
And now it was part of the. I don't remember the name of the group. Is it like the Federation? I don't think it was the Federation, but. I don't remember what it was called, but the ones that were after her.
The Eastern
Alliance, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
The Eastern Federation. Eastern Federation.
Yeah.
Okay, I was right the first time then. Eastern Federation. Okay. So he is telling her that, whatever happened before has happened and that they're all in the same, they're all working together now and that nobody's going to try to arrest her or go after her or anything like that. But we learn later when they go down to the planet that these two groups are still fighting each other, basically. So regardless of what he says, not everybody agrees with that statement. And then they find out that the air quality is only good and breathable up to a certain point, that the whole planet isn't inhabitable. So they're going to have to scale back their plans.
Yep.
And then we have Dr. Kabir and Dr. Marsh, who we knew at the end of the episode had gotten together, and they are on the planet enjoying each other. And I like them. I mean, I don't know that we really needed an update on it, but I did like them. So
less Kabir is no Kabir is good Kabir.
What? Why?
You don't like her?
You don't remember? I wish she would die every week.
Yeah, I think you don't like her. Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
Okay.
she's so fucking dumb. For a doctor, she's dumb.
She does do a lot of dumb stuff.
Oh my god, I wanted to fucking smack her every week.
I don't know. I didn't mind her, and I liked their romance.
There seems to be a real passage of time because they barely had one kiss last season, and now they're in love.
Now they're in love. Yeah, now they're in love. So then we go to this meeting here between Felix and Zed, and I'm looking for
the
her
governor.
name.
She's like the governor.
Yeah, the leader of that town. Now, last season when they came in, they were all under mind control from the chips that were in their head or whatever. But they're all okay now, but they're still not necessarily on the same page because, the new group came in, and Felix he became what? Down on the planet. I'm trying. God, I should have had some of this.
He's like the representative of the new ARC people to the council or something like that.
Right. Okay. I was thinking he had like an official title, but I'm not remembering. He probably did, but
he's sort of like their city council person or their representative.
Yeah, they've let him on this council. And this is where Ava's saying they need to, scale back because the atmosphere isn't good. But they're talking about how there's been a lot of people fighting, violent acts, and that they need to do something to take care of it. And Felix can only do so much. The people they have can only do so much. So they want to hire somebody to be like the head of, I forget exactly what
the sheriff. They're going
to call sheriff.
Like the sheriff, yeah, to take care
of
it.
Zed dumbs it down for everybody. Like they have some like big long official title for him, and Zed's like, why don't we just call him a sheriff?
Okay. I don't know what the title was, but the sheriff then. that they're going to hire, and they her idea is to the woman that we didn't name idea is to hire this ex-cop that she knows, and they have a conversation about it, and eventually they do agree that they're going to let him come in and take care of the crime. This guy here,
Petrovich.
Petrovich, okay, the sheriff. All right, so he's gonna control that. And then we have Trusted Angus looking at the tablet, which he proceeds to whack with a hammer. I mean, that's been in the trailer for like ever, but it's funny.
No, trailers.
Huh?
I said I wouldn't know. I didn't watch the trailer.
All right, fair.
No,
No, I know you guys don't. That he tries to smash it because it's, that's how we know it's a device. It's not necessarily man-made. It's somebody made. Could be alien made, but it's not just stone.
Yes. Although, like, to be fair, it's the humans who are the aliens. They keep calling it alien, but they're the aliens on this planet.
Yeah.
Yes. True. Whoever was there before created this tablet. All right. And this is where they agree that he is going to be the sheriff and take care of everything. And
his first order of business is check on the prisoners.
And he comes in and Kelly's watching him. He talks to this woman.
Griff.
No,
not Griff.
No.
But she was Kimmy's partner, spy.
Yeah. I had her name and I lost it. But
I don't think her name really matters.
It doesn't matter. So she attacks him, locks him in the room, and gets out, escapes, and Kelly watches this happen, and she's like, no. And if you remember from last season, she still has the device on her arm that can control her chip.
She has enhanced. She has
enhanced ability. Yes. And she uses her strength to break out of the cell in order to go track the girl down and stop her and bring her back to the sheriff.
Which I got to say, I thought was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah, that was great. We have more of them on the planet. And this is where they know that they're going to have to send the ship back for them the next day in the morning because they don't have enough time on the shields. But they won't make it till morning because there are these bug things, and I don't know if you can even see from that picture exactly what it is.
Looking things.
Yeah, crab-looking, bug-looking things. I think they look like the aliens from Defiance, personally, but
Oh yeah, I kind of see that.
Except not red. But it actually looks like it has a butt, though. The way that's shadowed, I don't know what the heck that is. Eyes, I don't know. But it breaks out. Yeah. So there are these alien creatures that are going to potentially kill them, which Bryce is like getting a kick out of because he wants to tell Ava about these aliens he encountered. And I think it's Garnett says something like, we have to survive first. Then you can go back and tell her about all the aliens. But they have to get out of there.
During your next sex call. And he's like, you knew about that? And she's like, I have the room next door.
Yeah, how could I not know? Yeah, that was great. But they're running out of time. And eventually they do come up with the idea that since the bug alien things won't go near sunlight, that they can somehow use the shields reflecting or I don't know, something that they have that's reflective.
So the Ark has solar sails to use for propulsion, and they believe they can use them to reflect sunlight down onto the planet and create this like sunny area that they can flee through.
Yeah. Which they do burn them up, so I hope they didn't need them.
They didn't need them. We've never even heard of them before, so I think they didn't need them.
They used them. They used them last year.
You? I don't remember them.
Well, let's hope they don't need them now. Right?
I guess they don't.
Yeah. But they need to escape. Let's see. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to do that. And then we have Kelly bring the prisoner back. And she puts herself back in the cell after and locks herself. She's like, yeah, I did that. And she doesn't want to escape. She doesn't want to be around everybody. So she doesn't really care.
I mean, this was fine, but it's a joke that we've seen before. Like all of last year, Trust was able to get out of his cell at any time, and he never did because he felt safer in his cell, right? And now we see the exact same thing, that Kelly apparently can get out of her cell anytime she wants, but she feels like she wants to be in the cell. So I'm like, oh,
Well,
that's
she feels
cute.
like now. See, there is a big difference. She feels like she belongs in the cell.
Yeah, the difference is how they feel, but it's a plot joke that we already saw once before. Like they're recycling something that we saw not that long ago.
Well,
they're using it as a reason to get her out, though. You know, it's
doesn't
not
last
gonna
very
last.
long.
This idea that people can get out anytime they want and they just don't is, I'm just saying, like, how is this going to be, like, how many times are we going to do this now? Hopefully this is.
No, I get that. I'm just saying by them doing that, they got her out. So it ends it. Because he goes to the council people and he's like, you know, she didn't only just like stay in the cell and go back in the cell. She went and actually tracked down this girl and brought her back to me and didn't have to, and then went back in the cell. So he wants her to work for him, you know, keeping the peace on the planet. Yes, Kelly. And that woman's like, do you vouch for her? And I'm a little concerned that he's vouching for Kelly when he knows nothing about her. I don't know why he would agree to do that or know that because look, she did do that and that's great. And we know about her and we know that she's going to end up being a resource. But like this guy knows nothing about her. And it's kind of, in my opinion, like if you're trying to have a community a little irresponsibly, like, oh, hey, she helped me, so let's just let her out of prison.
Yeah.
But what's his name, the bald guy, immediately like backs him up.
Yes, that I understand.
Yeah, well, Felix also has a stake in it because Kelly saved his daughter last season.
Yes,
okay,
Felix,
yes. But he also has a lot of experience with Kelly and like knows her.
Yeah. Either way, they don't think Kelly is a danger anymore. And he does bring up the point that just like you were forced to do things from those chips in your head, you know, it's the same thing happened to her. She wasn't in control when she killed these people and didn't want to do it. And yeah, she deserves to be given another chance. So they agree that they are going to let her out. And Felix is, you know, really nice to her and welcoming to her. He takes her to eat with his daughter. There's his daughter there. But the other people in the town, the ones on the planet, I guess it's a town, the community, they are not accepting of her. And this woman in particular. And they end up beating the shit out of her. And Kelly doesn't fight back. She ends up all bloodied. And when Felix comes and arrests them and stop them, he's like, why didn't you fight back? And she's like, because I would have killed them. So, I mean, if nothing else, this proves that Kelly's changed, but Kelly needs to learn to like fight without, I guess, using her enhanced abilities. I kind of question that she couldn't just like fight back without killing them. Like, I get it's a plot point. I don't know that it to me makes tons of sense, but it is.
Who are these people? Like the people from Arc 2 know the bad things Kelly has done.
That's who those people were.
No, I thought they were the people from the planet. I think they were.
No, they were red shirts from because the one woman says Kelly killed.
Oh like, yeah, you killed my friend or boyfriend or whatever. Yeah, I forgot. You're right. Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed a little convenient that everyone on this whole planet like knows her and like she's
not everyone.
Well, it seems like everyone. Who are all these red shirts? Like Arc 3, most of the people are from Arc 3. Arc 3 got there first, and everyone from Arc 3 is down there. I guess most of Arc 2 is down there. Although Arc 2 had a lot less people than Arc 3, right? Because like a lot of
I mean, Arc 2 now has like a skeleton, you know, Sharon and the gang, they're like not like a skeleton crew, but they don't have nearly the amount of people they did have on there. So a lot of people
are Arc 1, right? But also half their people were blown up in the season premiere, in the show's premiere. The whole premise is that like the entire a lot of people were killed, right? Yeah. And a lot of people have been killed since. They were a much smaller group of people arrived on Arc 1 than on Arc 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, the point is she isn't willing to fight back because she doesn't want to accidentally kill them. So she's clearly has changed. Because look, Kelly was forced to do things because of that chip, but Kelly also did a lot of things on her own too before. Yes. Like she wasn't the nicest person, but it seems like she's changing. So I'm assuming that she's going to become, you know, a useful member of the community and probably a quote unquote good character.
I think she will, because the Kelly antagonist storyline is played out and there's nowhere for it to go, right?
Right, true. All right, so either way, he does arrest them and helps her out. Then we have Angus in the red shirt, and they discover
That's Gabby.
a bird. Gabby, okay. I don't remember what kind of bird it was. This isn't From, so I didn't write down what kind of bird it was. But they found a bird.
It looks exactly like some kind of bird from Earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a Eurasian blackbird.
Okay, Eurasian blackbird. Which, if they're on an alien planet, the birds should not be like our birds, is the point. So does that mean someone from Earth brought a bird and released it? Which seems unlikely. I don't know what that means. I mean, it makes me think that the people that whatever was inhabiting the planet at some point were humans, would be my guess, but I don't know. I mean, we know a lot of the atmosphere is similar.
And like those humans brought a bird with them. Like, why anyone would bring a bird? I mean, I think the Arks have a lot of DNA from a lot of creatures, right? Though they have an entire DNA library. That's where they got that spider DNA they needed to pumpkins. Like,
well,
and like, I wonder if anybody could and they have cloning abilities. So could someone have taken some DNA and made this bird?
It begs the question, was there another group of people here before them? That's kind of at least what I'm asking. Like, there's got to have been somebody there, right?
All right, anyway.
All right. So they are going to, we talked about how they came up with the plan to make the beam of light, where's the ship, down on the ground, and they are going to make a run for it. Oh, hey, Scarlett. Thank you. Yes, I'm so bad at that. Everybody, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision and join our Discord if you're not a member. So they do the reflection to make the sunlight beam so that they can all run across. And in a very tense scene, they start going across, which I don't know. Part of me, like, in this whole scene is like yelling at these characters, why are you not just running across as fast as possible?
Thank you.
Around looking like idiots. Yes. Because I feel like Bryce wouldn't have died if they did that, right? Like,
thank you. I said the same thing. Even when the light went out, why him and Sharon stood there having a conversation instead of just fucking run? Just run.
Yeah.
Just run.
Yep. Agreed.
Run. Dive into the light. There you go.
I did really like how they did this, though, like the back-to-back shooting. And hey, it worked. As they say that the shooting won't pierce their shells or whatever, but it's able to distract them enough they can get far enough, which is why they should have fucking ran. Sorry.
Honestly, I thought that looked ridiculous.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It's a tactic. It's a tactic that you don't use in a situation like this. You fucking run.
Yeah, fair.
You use that tactic like when you have like 5 people, right? It's called a...
Well, you know, you could use that tactic with 2 people, but you use that tactic when your bullets actually do damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have just ran. No, I agree. I just liked the way the scene went, but it was stupid that they did it. And then the lights go out, and there's still there's light, darkness in the middle, right?
Right.
So they could have ran a couple feet and made it, but they didn't. Instead, they hang around and talk. And then it ends up that Bryce, after telling her to tell Ava that he loves her, it looks like trampled and thrown around by this creature. It seems that there's no possible way he could have survived it. I mean, to be fair, it is a sci-fi show. If they get him half dead, they probably, I think we already know that they have tech that they could maybe heal him, because they're in the future. I mean, there are ways they could do it, but it definitely seems like he's a goner. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I hope there's a way that he's not, but Garnett is very distraught. She comes in, she hugs Ian, which of course he's, happy about, but he doesn't know what's happened yet. But more than that, she has to tell Ava. But first, we have this scene with Angus and Kelly where he says, the person who I already forgot her name, the red shirt that came with me, Gabby, that came with me into the forest. She's a scaredy cat, and I need somebody to come with me. So will you come with me because you can protect me? Look, I think that Angus, I felt that Angus was more asking her because he felt bad that everybody was shunning her more so than he actually needed her. But I mean, he's also maybe using it as an opportunity, I guess, to get help. I don't know. How did you feel about that?
disagree. I think it's twofold. I think he just felt bad for her, but I also think he was like, "Hey, she's strong. She can come with me." Because Kelly she even calls him out on it. When they hear the noise, he's like, "Oh, we should go back." She's like, "Isn't this why you brought me?"
Yeah.
You know, like,
no, we're not going to go back. So,
and then they both get knocked out by some weird beam of light or some crap.
Yeah, we don't know what that's about. And we have Garnett that comes to see Ava, and she's like, I was going to wait till you got back on the planet, but since I knew you had this meeting with Bryce every day or whatever, that you were waiting to talk to him, that she knew she'd be waiting for him, and she had to tell her now. I still think she should have maybe waited till she came back, but
no, because now Ava can see the video and be like, he's alive.
All right, might happen. Hopefully, it'll happen.
I mean, she says like, I have to see it. It's the only way I'll believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't that what she says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's no other reason other than we're going to find out he's not dead. But I can't wait to see how that's possible because he was thrown around like a fucking rag doll.
Yeah, like I said, unless he's like almost dead and they bring him back and they put him in like a, one of like those, I don't know what you call them, but they have on different sci-fi shows that like heal people.
Tank.
A what?
A Bacta tank, like in Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't watch Star Wars, so I wouldn't know. I mean, I have had seen Star Wars, but I don't remember it that much. So yeah. Something will happen. And then, like you said, Angus and Kelly go out. They see a bright light. They don't run away when they hear a noise this time. And they see a bright light and they end up passed out. And we don't know what that's about yet because that is weird.
So doesn't it look like there's kind of like a burned circle around them?
I was going to say the earth looks scorched around them.
Kind of does, yeah. Dead
right?
Grass. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do we think? Do we have any thoughts on what it is?
No,
I mean,
I have no thoughts.
An alien? I don't know. People, maybe whoever was here before them. I don't know. One of the things we'll have to wait to see. I don't know. Overall, I liked the episode minus the Bryce thing, but the Bryce thing kind of overshadowed everything else to me.
Yeah.
Oh. But it's a good show. I'm glad it's back. I didn't actually, I was surprised, got a season 3 because sci-fi doesn't always do that. So I'm glad it got to come back. It is like a new, and I don't even understand it. It's like not NBC. It's still Sci-Fi Channel. I thought was still NBC Universal, but it's like a different company now. So maybe that means it'll have more of a chance. I don't know. But you either have to watch it on Sci-Fi or watch it on the Sci-Fi app, or not Sci-Fi app. I'm sorry. Watch it on the Sci-Fi YouTube channel or watch it on Electric Entertainment's app if you want to see it, because it's not going to be, I guess, on like USA and stuff or whatever. Yeah. It's different now. So, all right. Any other thoughts?
No, just a Star Trek now.
All right. Well, you guys have now Star Trek Strange New World. I will be back at the end to talk to y'all, but I don't watch Star Trek, so have fun, and I will talk to you guys in a bit.
Okay. Let me see if I can flick to the key art here.
So
okay.
Were you okay?
What?
I said, were you okay, Karen, watching the horror episode?
It was like the haunted house episode.
It was so funny. Like when I said that to you last night, I was just like, and you were like, I haven't watched it yet. And I was like, oh.
You're like, oh, you're gonna be okay watching this?
Like I'm watching this the whole time I'm watching the episode. I'm like, Karen's gonna hate this.
Actually, I liked it. I actually liked this episode.
Yeah.
I
liked it a lot too.
This show, they always like do a lot of genre, right? Like there's a haunted house episode, there's a theatrical episode, there's a musical episode, and so this was the haunted house episode. I thought it was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. I think they Are these genre episodes equally of equal quality all the time? No. I love that they're trying and doing different stuff and not giving us just a monster of the week, but giving us a little twist on the planet of the week, right? So I do really enjoy that.
I thought this was really done well. I enjoyed this a lot. You know what I'm starting to wonder though? I'm wondering if Anson Mount wants too much money, because I feel like all of last season and now the beginning of this season, like he's hardly in it.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people in this episode that were kind of like, I don't know, like just in it. You know, it almost is a bottle episode. There's only 3 characters. They're in this strange ship. I mean, it's not really, because a bottle episode might take place in like one room or something, but it's almost a bottle. And then like these people show up. My favorite part of this episode is this fabulous shot of Captain Pike's hair, looking even taller than usual and quite stripy in this shot. It's almost like a crown atop his head in this episode. But you're right, he's barely in this episode at all. It's mostly the story is that these 3 are coming home from a conference somewhere, right? A meeting or a conference, and they encounter the USS, the
Griffin.
Federation ship Griffin.
Yeah, it's been for 9 years.
And it was lost. It's never been found, right? And so, of course, they immediately go aboard. It's like, so I call it a haunted house, but this is like a ghost ship. Like if you've ever, I think there actually was a movie called Ghost Ship, right? And
it was a movie.
Yeah, the Juliana Margulies movie. And I have seen, there have been other like ghost ship kind of stories, right? So this is kind of the ghost ship episode. And so bad things begin to happen to them. I liked that the ship is kind of haunted by she was the ship's doctor. No, she's the last remaining crew, right?
She was the number 1.
She was number 1. You know, I liked, and so we see a bunch of like her ship's log, where she's like, she actually once says ship's log star date, I don't know anymore. And there's a part, AJ, that I wasn't sure that I 100% get. So La'an is looking through the ship's logs, or she's talking to the computer, and like everybody on the ship has been killed, and there were 33 stabbings, 22 phaser kills, 19 people were beamed into outer space while they were still alive, 300 people were whatever. Like, is the idea that as the ship broke down, they all killed each other, or that number 1 killed them all?
At first it seems that way, but by the end of the episode, it's determined that she killed everybody.
That she did it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she, and she did it. I mean, you know, it becomes this like kind of psychological thing, right?
Yeah. I tell you, one of my favorite parts of the episode, I love the fact that Spock's vision and everything is that cutting the top of his ears off make him more human.
Yeah, there's no picture of that. And what's weird about that, so it all involves this, like, is it a hallucination of T'Pring? It's a ghost of T'Pring, a manifestation, whatever. This is his ex-girlfriend, his ex-fiance, right?
Yeah, that's ex-fiance, yeah.
Yeah. And she chops off his ears, but at the end, his ears are really cut off, right?
Yes, he did it himself.
He did it to himself, but imagine that T'Pring was doing it too.
Yeah. When everything, when after he says that chant, whatever, and the spirit goes away, and the room goes back to how it actually looks and not what they want him to think it looks like. You see all these corpses and you know, he's got the scissors in his hand.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for. I mean, that was just a little. A big part of this episode actually is like why he saw her, like why her, and I don't have a picture of it, but that comes back around at the end where he's meeting with Helen, and Helen Chapel comes to like repair his ears, and or to follow up on his ears or whatever. And she's like, "Why did you see her?" And Spock says, "Well, the thing reached into my memory and it chose something, right?" And you do get the sense that Helen's a little bit like, "Well, why?" She doesn't say why not me, but I think that's implied, right?
Yeah, it's definitely implied.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, her name's Christine. I'm like, Helen doesn't sound right. I'm like, it's
Helen Chapel. Why am I calling her Helen? I think there's another.
I don't know.
That has a Helen Chapel. Her name is Christine Chapel.
Yeah,
Thank
Christine.
You.
I'm like,
I don't know why I called her Helen Chapel. It's Christine Chapel. You know how I am with names of characters. But this actually is a big part of it. Like this, Lon goes through a bunch of stuff also, and it seems to be a bit about her. She's been feeling off lately, and she's struggling with like who she is, and she's a sing, and like is she?
Yeah. She's afraid she's gonna like try to take over the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all. It's basically all three of them. It's their deepest fears. Basically, she's afraid she's gonna like try to take over the universe. Spock is constantly fighting with his human and Vulcan side, and never feeling in any one place. And then we have Kirk feeling shitty about being a shitty father.
Yeah.
Which, whatever this entity ghostly shit is going on here, apparently it can tell the future, because it basically tells Kirk how David's going to die.
Yeah.
And we know from the search for Spock, that's how he dies.
Yeah. So it says, the thing says, you're going to die the same way as your son, bleeding out alone on a barren planet or something. And that's exactly how the son dies, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, how does it know that? Like everything else, like Spock is explaining it as this thing's reaching into my mind and using my memories and blah, 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 but it actually knows the future. Yeah. What's going to happen, right? So that's a little unsettling, whatever this thing is. There's also the part where they don't dig into it too much, but like the awkwardness of like Lon fell in love with Kirk in a different timeline, right? In a different timeline.
Hey, look, another show where
yeah,
where they had two characters had an entire life together that wasn't real,
right? Yeah. And so she's still in love with him, I think, right? Like she can't shake it. At least it wasn't a dream. At least she really did experience it, but it was just with a different version of this guy, right? And now she's currently like dating Spock or whatever they're doing. They're not dating, friend with benefit with Spock, right? And so we have this sort of like awkward love triangle. It's not a love triangle because two of the people don't know they're in it. But but there's that awkwardness also going on. But I don't have there was a picture of the two Kirks together of Sam and, so what happens is another away team has to come, right? Like they send a second away team to come and save the first away team. And that's when Anson Mount shows up with Uhura, and who else comes?
Erica and Sam.
Oh yeah, Erica and Sam. They all here. I have a picture of them that I'm about to show when they beam over.
I gotta put Jamie's comment real quick. I thought Spock didn't have emotions. He's kind of friends with benefits. Spock is half human.
Spock is half human, but his whole life, Jamie, he was like trained to suppress his human side. And a big part of Star Trek, and particularly Strange New Worlds and Discovery, is Spock like learning to live with those two parts of himself. So actually 5 people come over, right? It's Sam, Una.
Oh yeah, no. I forgot Una
comes over. The 5 of them come over, and like the thing starts messing with them also, right? And they actually a part of it is embracing who you are, right? Like there was with the Spock storyline, T'Pring is telling him to like, you've got to get rid of your human side and just embrace your logic, right? And there's a part where the entity is telling Lon, like, you're one of us. And there's another shot of her like surrounded by aliens of different kinds. And she's like, you're one of us. With Kirk, not Kirk, Pike, I love the part where he cuts off his own fingers. That was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
He's cuts off.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, because it's not really them. It's more manifestation.
Yeah, but he says if I stay here, I don't have to live the future like that I know is coming. Right? I can just stay here and live. And then Una also says something like, "Starfleet's never going to promote me because of who I am." Like, you're right, AJ. That is delving into their deepest fears about who they are, about their fears about their true identities or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The saddest part was the two Kirks talking to each other. And like, you know how like Jim has bought this little toy for his son, and Sam was like, look at this crappy toy. Dad bought us this kind of crap all the time to make up for being the shitty father. It was really kind of sad.
Yeah. Because Kirk's like, oh my God, I'm my father.
Yeah. I thought in the movies that I didn't like in the movie. I don't know that he ever had involvement with the son at all, right? The Carol is her name, right? The mother. She says, I want to raise my son. I want you to stay away. I want to raise my son away from all of this. I don't know if he ever met the son. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely met David and had interaction with him.
Yeah.
But once David got older, she was, it was like she's on a science vessel. He's on God knows what mission.
Yeah, and a dangerous mission.
And she didn't want her son growing up in that environment,
Yeah. So all these things are like, so Spock cuts his own ears off. Pike doesn't really cut off his own fingers.
Well, yeah, it's not really Pike.
It's not really Pike, right? It's
all the stuff with Pike is being pulled from Spock's mind.
It's being pulled from Spock's mind. But Lon really does stab.
Yes.
She does stab James Kirk in the stomach. I thought, when they beam in and he's laying there, I was like, could you act a little? Shouldn't they beam him directly to sickbay like now instead of like having a conversation quickly about this?
It's Kirk. He'll be fine.
You knew he'd be fine because he's Kirk, right?
It's a scratch. It's just a scratch.
Yeah, it is. I guess I shouldn't. I guess I needn't complain about it because these characters all have plot. A lot of these characters have such plot armor they can't die because they need to go on to.
Yeah, especially since they're talking about when this is over, they're talking about doing another show with Kirk's crew.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this prequel light reboot, but I don't know about redoing
touching that sacred piece of history. Yeah.
But
we'll see. I really enjoy that. So they say this is going to be referred. Is it Division 12? Is the department that's going?
Yes. Wait, hold on. Yes, is it Division 12? I wrote it down. Yes, Division 12. They have an X-Files.
Yes, they have an X-Files. Division 12, Jamie, is the division that investigates like unexplained phenomena that nobody can like determine. And by the end of the episode, they don't know, is it a ghost? Is it an alien? Is it they have no idea.
Yeah, they're not really sure.
So it is being towed away by Division 12 to investigate.
And you know what I find? It's funny because the first time we heard about Division 12, it was kind of a throwaway line by Erica. And now in this episode, they mentioned it again. And Pike and the doctor are having a conversation about it. And he's like, well,
how many cases have you referred?
I think he said something like, I think he said 4. He's like, 2. Was it 6?
He said, I had 6. 4 of them were found to be explained by scientific or alien phenomena.
He goes, the other 2, they'll let me know.
Yeah. So he still has two cases. They're total X-Files. They're totally unexplained and unexplainable.
Makes me wonder if that's ever going to come back around.
Like a whole Division 12.
Yeah, like the fact that they even had that conversation about it, like instead of just being like, yeah, we're shipping it up to Section 12 or Division 12, and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And now the fact that they had more conversation about it, I'm like, are they kind of like opening a door here just for fun? I swear to God, if they do an episode with Division 12 and there's not a Mulder and Scully type characters, I'll be very upset.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a bunch. Are you looking at those comments? There's a bunch of comments. I don't know what they are. Oh, Jamie.
No, it's just Jamie.
And Jamie, yeah, it comes up like 6 comments when we comment from this side. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. It was like my first thought though. I was like, oh, I wonder how Kevin's gonna do the ghost episodes.
Yeah. Did you think it might be dumb?
I gotta say, I mean, and it wasn't, it was even if it wasn't Star Trek, I thought it was a pretty decent like horror episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was like done really, really well.
Yeah, it was a good balance of this like ghost woman being on the ship, but also that like a psychological horror that it's messing with you. And we have seen enough alien species that can mess with your mind that it's totally feasible that it could be an alien. Or
I think originally it's got to be. Well, that's the thing. I think it's got to be some kind of entity to begin with that created this problem on the Griffin in the first place. Like whatever happened to their number one to do to kill all her shipmates to begin with.
Yeah,
was started somehow. I don't think she just went crazy and became a ghost.
Right. And so there earlier in the episode, there are signs of Klingon phaser fire and Vulcan phaser fire, and they're like, we're not the first away team to we're not the first people to come and investigate this ship, right? So over the 9 years, this has been happening. I mean, so a ghost is an entity, right? It's just like not an alien, really.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. We're not probably never find out exactly what it was, but it was.
Oh, I hope we don't. I like it being unexplained.
Yeah, but it does. Yeah, the anonymity of it is even better. Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jamie, if you're looking, get your butt back here. Oh, actually, I think she said she went to walk.
Here she is. There, Jamie's here. All right, so that's it for tonight. Long show tonight.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, next week. It'd be nice not to be here till 1 a.m., but it is.
Well, next week.
Maybe you guys shouldn't hate talk so long.
I know. We did go off.
We did a long House of the Dragon also.
You guys. Well, yeah, but that's House of the Dragon.
I know, but next week is the
finale.
And so it might go long, but then we'll be done after next week with House of the Dragon.
My point is, we shouldn't talk about the show you're hate watching as long as we're talking about the House of the Dragon.
Fair.
All right, fair. That's true.
If Jamie would just move in and agree with me on everything, we could go a lot faster.
There you go.
I know. We disagreed a lot, didn't we? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. If you stuck with us, we appreciate it. If you missed any part of it, you can always go back and watch it. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision, join our Discord if you haven't. And I don't think I did not. I never actually pinned the comment with the links. I'll put it in again. Yes. I can't type and talk. You can get our schedule and all our links and all the fun stuff there. So make sure you do join that. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern for our Librarian the Next Chapter show with myself, AJ, and Scarlett. So make sure you join us then.
Episodes 1 and 2.
Episodes 1 and 2, yeah, double episodes, which it'll be every week for 6 weeks because there's 12 episodes. So we hope to see you there. And if not until then, we'll maybe see you in Discord. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.